Hi guys, I'm Fraser and I'm the Dungeon Master for Dungeon Delverz. We basically created this channel purely for the fact that we're just a bunch of geeky crazy people that like to share D&D, and we're just giving this a go. So we have done the first 6 episodes. This is the 7th episode, but if you want to catch up on what happened, we've done an incredible prologue where the link will be in here somewhere. So click on that and have a little listen to what we've been up to. Also, more information about the incredible cast and everyone who's involved in this. So yeah, go and check that out. If not, enjoy this episode on episode 7 of Dungeon Delverz. Hello everybody and welcome to Dungeon Delverz. I am Fraser, I am the DM of this incredible team and this brand new channel that we have made purely because we love D&D and we love playing it, and we thought we'd share our experiences on YouTube on our brand new channel as well. So really looking forward to getting this out and for you guys to see it, which will be awesome. I just want to go around really quickly and introduce the cast of this campaign, and basically they'll say a little bit about themselves and the character that they will be playing. So first off, I will go from the top left of the screen to Sentry, aka Luke, and then we'll work our way down.
Hey, what? You said you're introducing me. Am I introducing me? Okay. Hello, I'm Luke, aka Sentry, the Barbarian Warforged, and I grab people through windows.
He does grab people through windows, yeah. Next up we got Jackal.
Hi everybody, I'm Jackal. I play a Halfling Ranger, and I've been playing D&D since about February, March time. It was Sentry who was the one who got me into it, and ever since I've been a D&D nerd, crazy, obsessed addict. So, pleasure to see you all.
Amazing. And next off we got Willow.
Hi, yeah, my name's Willow. I am a Eladrin elf wizard. Wizard / horned tiefling, if you want to put it that way. I have been into D&D for quite a while. Originally, Luke / Sentry got me into it, and then I met Fraser on the Dungeons and Dragons online on different social media, and here we are in Icewind Dale.
Having a great time. Brilliant. Next up,
Having a great time.
Next up we got Saya.
Hey, I'm Ollie. I play the character Seer. I'm a human blood hunter. I haven't been playing D&D quite as long as these guys. I did dabble with it a little bit a couple years ago, but this is probably my first real D&D session. Like, campaign. They're already completely out one, so yeah.
And finally we have Salvation.
Hello, my name's Izzy. I play Salvation, a tiefling cleric who heals sometimes, maybe, if she feels like it. Long-time fantasy nerd, fairly new D&D player. Started about a year ago when Fraser dragged me in because I mentioned I like playing healers, and from that point I had no choice.
Absolutely no choice whatsoever.
We have forced you into the healer.
Yeah.
And that is how I got started.
So we all kind of came together on this awesome, nerdy, geeky D&D adventure. But this is a little bit of a different stream to possibly what you're used to, purely for the fact that we're actually diving into a few sessions in rather than having from the word go. So normally a stream would start where you start at level 1, introduce the characters, and then you'd start build up. But we enjoyed this character creation and this campaign so much that we kind of started streaming a little bit later. So what I've done is, you've probably heard it just before this, is a pre-log of everything that's happened up to this moment, including all the characters and all the key points that you guys will hopefully enjoy, and then you can kind of catch up through now this very much live action version of what we're trying to put forward to us. So yeah, hopefully you guys obviously will enjoy it, and we always appreciate comments, we always appreciate the likes, we always appreciate the subscribers. I can't do animations just yet, so to pretend they're
One more.
He's just pointing at random spaces on his screen.
I mean, it will appear
I
here.
can
I don't
do
know.
that
I don't know how to do it yet. This is so
Nowhere
new
near
for
as
us.
bad as what I'm gonna have to do, Jamie.
So we will be playing Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden. It is a fantastic campaign book and a really great story we have dived into. But yeah, we cannot obviously do this alone. We do need support of obviously followers and subscribers, as you know from YouTube. So if you do it, really helpful. And if you enjoy our content, please like the channel and follow all the links that you normally follow on YouTube, which I don't know where they are, which is fine. So yeah, we're gonna jump into some D&D, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy.
Let us begin, I suppose.
So we begin, and we start where we left off. And all these guys, hopefully they remember what happened last session, because normally I do say what happened last session, but hey.
Yes, I do.
Amen.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Told you, I'm actually taking notes.
Which is
I've
great.
got so many notes since the beginning. I've almost got like 4 or 5 sheets worth of it.
I don't trust my spellings of things though.
Oh no, yeah. I
Oh
don't-
no,
I-
like
all of my
Word does it all
spellings
for
wrong.
me.
I do normal words, but they're wrong.
Just autocorrect.
I can't on this one. It won't let me. It's just Notepad.
So, we last left off, excuse me, where the episode ended, or started last episode, with our party traversing back to the town of Tourmaline, one of 10 towns in the Icewind Dale, after spotting a bloodied body of a woman rolling from the trees in a V-shaped valley from the cave, the mine cave, where Saya went to investigate. And found that this body was bloodied, battered and beaten, and this person barely had any life force left in her. After another figure with a sword ran out, charging towards Saya, roughly about 20 feet away, he fell to the ground with 2 huge daggers plied into the back of his back, and fell straight to the ground, dead. And in which the same time the female figure also unfortunately passed on. A familiar figure, aka Hammond, or as we now know his name as Hammond Quell, appears to be from behind, who warns the party that Tourmaline is under attack from the militia from Targos. As they arrive back in the town, with the houses on fire, surrounded with clashes of swords, sneaking up to the town hall, Quell expresses he has to look after the speaker, so he runs towards the Great Hall to Speaker Matthew. After a long and fruitful battle with the militia from Targos and killing Captain Scaff, the red fireproof tiefling, the party became victorious and very well renowned around the now town of Tourmaline, with the still alive speaker Matthew, who was once under attack and about to die. You all reside back with Quell and the town speaker, as he gives you praise and thanks and a few fireworks, obviously because of bonfire night, saving the town of Tourmaline. And you find yourself outside of the town hall speaking to Townmaster, Town Speaker Matthew and Quell, as he hands you accommodation if you was to rebuild the town that was now destroyed, for a fair rate, obviously. So at the end of our last episode, we had a few fireworks. There's a huge crowd gathering of town folk around the town hall, and that's where we begin. We find at the moment, I believe, that Saya is having his wounds attended to.
Yes, I'm inside the.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a hurt little boy.
And the rest of the party, especially Jackal, is finding deep interest with the newfound identity of Hammond Quell, as he realizes that this bounty hunter is noble of stature. So I'll ask the party, and especially Jackal, what are you doing? What are you up to?
Right. Hammond's left at this point, hasn't he? He's gone off to attend to his own devices.
Hammond's actually still in front of you. He, at the moment, you see Hammond just kind of keeping an eye out just to make sure there's no more militia invading. But what you do see around the town is obviously the townfolk have come together and they've started giving you a bit of a round of applause and a clap. And that's where we ended off, where they were giving you praise for saving their town against the militia of Targos.
Right, okay. Is there any sort of equipment around to start sort of patching up the town? Water buckets to put out fires?
Yeah, absolutely. So some of the townsfolk are still in process of putting the fires out. They do have buckets and containers with them if you'd like to take them.
Yeah, I'm going to grab a bucket and I'm just going to yell out to the crowd.
Yeah, I'm joining you on it.
Somebody show me where the biggest fire is. Let's get this town patched up.
I will be following Jackal, just following suit what I normally do, and I'm going to be using my spell to try and distinguish the flames, understanding it will take a while, but just to help them out a little bit, just to move the flames aside and distinguish of them.
Brilliant. So just remind me that spell, that's
Control flames, yeah. I can only do a small amount of area, but while they're doing it at the same time, it will go.
Yeah. I mean, at the moment, when you started the battle, the flames were kind of engulfing most of these buildings. As you've been talking and as Matthew's been talking, as the fighting has stopped or ceased, you notice that the flames are actually ceasing as well. There's a lot of black smoke and fumes coming up from each of the buildings, and especially some of the buildings in the background which are still on fire. I'm guessing that's obviously the ones that you are heading over towards to help.
Yeah, that's what I'd be focusing on. Yeah, just following Jack.
You can absolutely.
Do we know what
sort?
Do you know what time of day it is?
So roughly, you left the cave in the morning, or you thought the morning. Obviously, Icewind Dale only has 4 hours of daylight, and you assume that it is just you are getting the twilight or the end of the twilight. So you are assuming it's reaching towards 12 or 1, which is where the Frost Maiden in this campaign decides that the daylight is no longer needed. So it is beginning to become very dark, or starts to begin dusk.
Can I ask how long it will take for my wounds to get healed by the I can't remember her name. I don't think. Does she have a name?
We didn't give her a name. She's the halfling assistant of
Okay, halfling assistant.
Yeah.
How long will it?
I mean, you can always ask her a name. It's up to you.
Yeah, I sure. She's like treating my wounds. So I look down and say, "Do you have a name?"
Yeah, yes, I do. My name's Camel.
Well, Camel.
No, Camel.
Oh, Camel. Sorry. Do you know how long this will take for me to get fully healed up?
Well, you've got a few wounds on you, and wouldn't want you going outside and bleeding everywhere like you are when I found you.
Yeah, but of course. Do you have an estimate? I do need to get back to my team. I need to help them.
Well, I'm sure that you'll probably be out of action most of for the next few hours, I would suppose.
Okay, I just needed to know. Thank you.
Oh, that's all right.
DM.
Yes.
We haven't had a long rest, but we have leveled up. So technically I do have spare spell slots. Am I allowed to use them?
I will use the fact that you have leveled up at last session, which the party are now level 3, by the way. I will allow that you have, but I will say for the game narrative, unfortunately, say you are still in need of a long rest to heal.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, the rest of you guys, because you were critically injured. The rest of you guys,
1 health.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can I cast Cure Wounds just to get him at least on his feet so he can help clear up?
Absolutely, if you want to go into the town hall, because he's currently inside just the front area. Basically, as you walk into the town hall, you have this grandiose lobby of the roaring, crackling fire and the really nice chandelier and some very nice built chairs and fine tables and very nice. You assume that this has been maintained over the years by various speakers, but Matthew has had this obviously as a government building, so you can see it's very well maintained. But off to a door to the left is a small room where you can see Saya sitting down on a chair, and you see this halfling attending to his wounds with a small bowl and a cloth.
Cool. So I'm gonna wander in. Saya, are you joining to help clean up?
I would, but I'm kind of out of action right now. I'm sorry.
I gained a little strength after fight, so I can help speed that up. So you can come join in if you want.
Do what you wish.
Sorry, madam. I know you were doing your thing, but is too slow. I help.
Brutally honest.
She remains quiet. She just looks at you, just like a little bit confused. She's kind of like she's looking at you, then looking at the bowl, and then looking at you like she's almost like you've just told someone they're doing the job wrong, kind of thing. She's like,
So I pop a hand on your shoulder, and you see under my clothes my amulet glow ever so slightly again, and I cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level, and you get 10 healing.
fantastic. Woo! What I would like you guys to do right now, because this is going to be the only opportunity, Saya, I would like you to introduce your character to us.
Oh, of course. So Saya is, I'll just go over the default thing. So he is a human blood hunter. He has orange eyes, white skin, black and orange hair, and he's about 22 years old.
And also Salvation, I'd like you to give a description of your character, please, as well.
Of course. Salvation is obviously a tiefling. She's about 5'4", sort of like pasty bluish, like pale blue skin, shock white hair, black horns, very white eyes, one scar down one side of her face, kind of young adult, and yeah, that's kind of all you know about her so far.
Brilliant. So as you see this this tiefling attend to the wounds of this very young-looking, very badly bruised and beaten human, you see the halfling Kamel look over to you and say,
But I'm attending to his wounds. What are you doing?
Oh, same thing, just faster. No offense.
I'm not sure I understand. I don't know what you mean by faster.
Will is doing the stitchy and the patty. That's all very well and good, but if you use magic, much faster.
Oh, you're one of those. Oh, I do. Excuse me. I didn't know you were a magic user. Yes. Go right ahead.
No worries. I do the do.
so you cast Cure Wounds.
That's in the healing.
Yeah.
I do the do.
I do the healing.
And as you cast Cure Wounds, you obviously you place your amulet and cast the spell. And as you do, you see the wound, a huge gash that was cut into one of the sides of Saya's. Almost like you could see it through his clothing, and then the burn marks on the side of his face from the fire start to kind of like heal up and weld back into a form that you once recognised. And I would say from this point on, Saya, you are now stable, and you can help your party if you wish.
I sure will.
Just mark that spell slot off your spells. Is that a cantrip? Is it, or is it a spell?
No.
Yeah, just mark that spell slot off.
2nd level spell.
Cool.
It's using. Oh wait, no. Okay, no, I actually hadn't marked it off. It's fine. I've done it.
Awesome, that's fine. Just keeping on track of that. That's fine. That's cool. Yeah.
Cool.
So you guys are doing that. Anybody doing anything else? So you've got Jackal and Willow off to help the townsfolk. And Sentry.
Yeah, going and helping the townsfolk. If any buildings need breaking doorways and bits and bobs into, like fire gaps and whatever, then I suppose I'll be going and doing that.
Yeah. So, I mean, as you guys kind of make your way into the centre of Tourmaline, where it's quite familiar to you now, so you can see the towards the dock side is where you saw most of the flames, and you assume that's probably where they attacked first, especially from the south side of the village. The north side isn't so much affected, so the blue clam in which you started off at hasn't really been touched, but the majority of the ends you can still see people working together, grabbing what they can from the lake. They've cut a few holes in the ice and launching these buckets down on ropes and bringing them back up, throwing them on the building. And there's almost like a linear system where they're passing the bucket along the line and they're throwing it back, and then they're kind of going backwards and forwards. But as you kind of like go to one of the main buildings, and you assume this is a fisherman's hut, you see an elderly fisherman kind of like on his knees looking towards this blackened building, and he's clearly very upset. And at the moment he has a very young child behind him with one hand on his shoulder.
Who sees this? Is it all of us?
All of you guys, yeah. You can see this quite clearly. They're very out on their own, whereas I would say everyone else is kind of doing their thing to the other houses, and this guy is just looking at the wreckage of possibly once a family home or business.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over calmly behind him, just put a hand on the fisherman's shoulder and say, "I'm guessing this was once yours, friend."
He kind of like looks over that one shoulder to see who you are, and looks up and down and goes,
"Well, yes, it once belonged to a family member, now passed down to me, but now it's all gone."
No, I can only apologize for what's happened here today. If we were only here sooner, we might have been able to save more of the town, but I mean, count yourself lucky that you're still alive, friend. There are many people here who have lost more than just their livelihoods. They've lost their lives. I don't mean it in a harsh way, but you're strong people. We can rebuild this town together.
Well, you sound just like a speaker I used to know. Very wise and very powerful, but...
And he kind of looks around to you with a bit of a better and more positive expression and goes,
"I thank you for your kind words. And now I have nowhere to go."
And the young child kind of looks towards you as well. You can see clearly now that this is a young boy, roughed up hair. He's got some black marks on his face. Looks like he's been trying to make his way through the building and trying to grab possessions as he's gone. But yeah, they're both kind of looking a bit down, but the guys seem to cheer up, but the young boy's looking at you now, just starts bursting into tears and grabs onto your leg.
Yeah, I'm gonna slowly push the lad back and like crouch down to his level, and say, "Do you have a name, lad?"
He kind of looks at you and shakes his head. He's got a big snotty nose at the moment.
"Look, you're a young boy. You've got lots of potential. You need to stay strong for your family, because one day you'll be the head of this family, and you'll be looking out for everyone. You need to stay strong for everyone. I can see you got a lot of heart in you, kid. By showing emotion doesn't prove you're weak, but you need to stay stable. This is hard times. You need to look after the town and your people. Here, take this. And how much would I know it to cost for at like a room at the Blue Clam and some food?"
From what you gather, talking to Vernon earlier on, a night would cost you roughly... he gave you discount last time, just so you're aware, because you guys obviously were familiar to him. A normal stay for a few nights would cost you roughly about 12 silver.
12 silver. And some food?
Make it about... round it to 20 to feed 2.
20 silver. So what's that? What I can't remember the conversion. Silver to gold? Is it 100 silver for a gold?
Luke?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna give the lad. I'm gonna pull out 1 gold piece and say, "Now you use this wisely, lad. You get yourself a place to stay for your family for a few days. You get yourself some grub, and you rebuild. You stay strong. Can you promise me that?
He kind of brings his hands out in a cup and holds his arm out and wipes the snot off his nose with his sleeve and nods slowly.
Good lad. As I'm gonna place the coin in his hand, and just pick him up.
Yep.
And say, "Go now, son. Look after yourself. We will get through this."
Yeah, Jackal, I'd like you to describe your character.
Okay, so Jackal, as mentioned, is a halfling revised ranger. We're going off the revised ranger class. He wears a very worn navy sort of overcoat with a hood and a mask. Through that mask, you can only see but piercing white eyes. They almost look like someone who would be blind, but he can still see as normal. Then he has sort of metal-plated bits of armor scattered around his body, but it is more so for decoration than protection, with his main protection coming from his leather armor. And then upon that, he's also carrying dual swords and a bow.
Brilliant, fantastic. And as you're saying this to the young lad, he kind of like goes over to the old man and passes him the coin, and the old man looks down and kind of looks at you and goes,
Oh, why are you helping a stranger?
It was only a few years ago where I was in a similar position to yourselves. I know what times are like, and you need to rely on the generosity of some people. I understand your situation, sir, and trust me, you stay strong, things will get better, I promise you.
he kind of like looks down at you in astonishment and kind of nods his head, and he kind of puts his arm out to you to shake your arm, but as you notice it goes out, he's got severe, what you could assume, shakes or Parkinson's or some sort of disease in his hand.
I will take his hand to shake it and use my other hand to like cup it over it, and just squeeze, not too tightly, but like reassuringly.
It's just...
He graciously accepts it and looks down at the boy and he goes,
Come on there, son. Let's buy some. Let's get some food.
and he walks off.
Cool.
Wow, the first interaction was that a tear-jerking reaction with a little boy.
Hey, welcome to my campaign.
And I'm just going to carry on going about to help people, help put out fires, do whatever I can.
Brilliant. Willow and Sentry, are you guys up to anything in particular, or are you just helping?
I would have just been watching from a distance, slightly keeping my head down and my mask on, and just sticking their sentry, really. If he was in the area, if not, I'd just be waiting for Jackal to come back.
Yep, still just putting out the fires, breaking the I suppose destroyed wood areas that need breaking up so that the fire doesn't spread, and trying to just help clear people's places. As anything that's heavy, I'll go in there as well.
Brilliant. So as you see, Willow, I'm guessing you're still using Control Flame to try and dampen it down a bit. And
Yeah, help out and stuff.
Do you just want to describe that spell and then describe your character for me?
Yeah, sure. So the spell I'm using is Control Flames. Slightly just using my hands in some wave motions to push it to a side. And you can just slightly see a little glow at the end of my fingers when I'm doing so, but nothing too big. It just moves like wind, pushing away the flames and just distinguishing them. My character, if she takes her hood and mask off, she is a tiefling-looking woman with short white hair, sort of like got a little bit of an undercut going, but normally keeps it down. She has bright blue eyes with human pupils, and sort of like tanned brown skin. She's got a very elven complexion, very elven ears. She's around like 5'5", 5'6", so relatively smallish to normal elves, but looks like she hasn't aged in quite a while. And in the back, she's got a slight tail, not like a proper tiefling's tail or something, just very small and simplistic, no spikes, nothing. Sort of like a cat's tail. Her clothing it looks quite pristine and posh, but it looks like it's been rugged and tugged over the years in purples and golds, with a massive brown overcoat over the top with like a white, dirty white, but it's more of a cloak instead of a coat, with a white fur going around and a cat's mask. So,
Fantastic.
made from wood.
And as you're using that spell, you can see the residents of the surrounding buildings are almost in a maze at what you're doing with your hands and the craft of which you're controlling these flames. And as you guys notice that the wind is still picking up in this area, the blizzard has stopped from the last few days, so the vision is is easy to see, but everyone is still wrapped up in coats, and this is still a very harsh weather to be in. Very cold still, but for some reason these flames are spreading quicker than you thought, and obviously this is why you're helping to try and just batter them down as quick as you can. Also, you see a huge robotic form almost of this kind of daunting figure lifting up logs and shifting items around and trying to help possible residents back to their feet. And I would like Sentry to describe your character, please.
Yeah. Sentry Dawn, he is the Warforged Barbarian, 424 years of age, from Trier Tourmaline, when things were a lot more sunny. He's 6'4", about 280 pounds, give or take, piercing icy blue eyes, and his body is plated over with not a metal, it's an unknown origin of material, where there are gaps, a very slight shimmer of the blue, same blue as his eyes, pierces out, and that is Sentry, dark metal, but stands ever so, what's the word, present in most situations.
Brilliant.
Just helping lift some stuff out the way.
Yeah. And as you guys are comfortably moving these out of the way, again, these residents are almost in awe and feeling very happy that you're helping out. And it's almost like the feeling of this place has become a lot more friendlier from once when you arrived. You arrived in this town of Tourmaline, and you saw everyone was a bit of a ragtag bunch, misfits and possibly do no gooders, and people who are just genuinely bad people have suddenly turned towards you and looking at you in a certain respects that you haven't seen before, which realistically is a bit of a shock, especially for all of you, and especially the three of you are now helping out. So this is almost like a turn of events, which is very interesting for some, I would assume. We go back to Sal and Saya. What are you guys up to?
Just quickly, I think Chloe was talking, but she was muted.
Oh, do you want to jump back on?
Muted that.
Yeah, you carry on.
I just saw you
I had a
going like
dream.
this, and I was like, what?
Technical issues.
It's trying to be a mime, that's what it is.
Sorry, I'm not good with technology, by the way, so bear with me. All I was saying is that Willow would put her hood up, put a mask on, and she's keeping her head very low, trying to stay away from the attention. So she's more like hiding behind Sentry half the time because he's so bloody tall.
Brilliant.
But, yeah, that's what I was saying.
Which is easy enough to do, so we won't make you roll for that at all,
We are
because he is 7 foot and everything else. So you easily help out, and you kind of like you working your way around, but like kind of like shielding your face at the same time. You're kind of like working your way around with that mask on, no problem whatsoever. Anybody else doing anything? Jackal, are you still with us?
Yeah. Still just helping out around the town, working alongside Sentry and Willow.
Yeah, you do now notice that the boy and the old man have disappeared out of sight, and you walk over to your fellow compadres, and you help them move items and dampen down the flames. And it's about, I would say, a good hour to an hour and a half of helping people out, and there's still some destruction, but now it's less of a flame and more smoke and just a huge bonfire in the middle of this town. And it takes you another roughly half an hour to dampen down these, the huge kind of smog that lingers over and blows over the town.
Just out of curiosity, the broken wood and that we're getting rid of, where is that going? Are they creating it? Are they putting it into a massive pile or something, like out of the way, or what are they doing?
So some of the townsfolk have got carts with them, in which you would assume would be to carry fish or goods. For example, some of the food and supplies that come in through the towns. They're literally gathering that, putting all the broken or burnt bits of wood and bits of possibly window chair or whatever they can find, running it outside of the town, and just basically putting it in a pile just outside of the town itself, so it's away from the main bustle.
Okay.
Cool. In terms of me and Sal, I guess we would just leave the building, just go out and see what the other guys are doing.
Yeah.
I think we'd have just gone and continued helping
Yeah.
out. Maybe say not helping with the putting out of the fires so much.
Yeah, I don't.
It'll record them, yeah.
You can fetch
Just
the
not
buckets
this
of water.
time.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, like I said, if you guys are happy to just help the townsfolk out, this is going to take you a few hours just to grab everything together. You kind of ended this fight roughly around lunchtime. It is now trudging along towards 2 o'clock, you would assume, in the afternoon. And some of the townsfolk, obviously, it is now pitch black, so they have lit lanterns. There are now some covered fires then being put up, so you've got a little bit more visibility, and you can see some of the houses that are still intact have the lights on inside or the lanterns lit, and you can see the residents starting to either prepare for their evening, or working out on their jobs, or just getting on with their life. So it's kind of like spreading out a little bit now, less hustle and bustle and more kind of like getting back to normality.
How's the blue clam looking?
You can't see the blue clam from where you are. It's about 2-3 minute walk from roughly the town centre where you reside in Tourmaline.
Should we say what the blue clam actually has significance to us, or would you have already explained that
In what way, sorry?
to the audience?
Oh yeah, I'll say that as soon as
I'll
you
be
get
in the
there.
recap.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
So the blue
You
clam.
said earlier that it's fine, didn't you?
Yeah. The blue clam itself hasn't been touched, and the blue clam is where the party first met, which I should have said in the recap, hopefully.
Okay. Oh yeah. Of course, yeah.
And do you make your way over there?
Yeah. I'll go check.
Once we're done, I'd say we'll probably all make our way over there to bed down for the night anyway, so.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Where
Till our house is built.
the building that's going to be our plot of land for the house?
We might be right next to the clam, so we can just go drink whenever we want.
You assume it would be roughly where the
No
town
popcorn needed.
centre is, and possibly one of the buildings that have completely collapsed. Speaker Massey was talking to you about a possible reconstruction of a building that then you can claim as yours. So, in light of you helping rebuild the town, he's offered you residence.
Cool.
Yeah, I was going to say if there's
just needs to be rebuilding.
anything that needs help with the building, and I mean, I suppose it would take a couple of days to actually get the wood and supplies in.
Absolutely.
But unless they already have them, if they do that.
At the moment, you can see kind of like the feel of this town is just to clear up. You wouldn't assume that the rebuild has started just yet.
Cool.
But yeah, as you guys kind of like work together with the townsfolk, like I said, a few hours has passed. It's getting towards 2 o'clock. And some of the residents are making their way to the taverns and to the other houses, and some of the residents that now are homeless are beginning to fill into these smaller houses, and you can see the kind of like friendliness around Tourmaline has began to grow a little bit more than you first realised. So there's a lot more helping hands around, and in times of crisis, these guys clearly do a good job.
So,
Sentry's just gonna be right back, it looks like.
yeah, we're just hang on.
Are we waiting for him, or?
Yeah, we'll carry on the narrative, and I'm just going to describe a few things that's going on. Okay. So, as you guys make your way to the Blue Clam, I would say that you can see that the outside is completely untouched, and towards, I would say, a few minutes out of the Blue Clam, it's just as normal. There is no sign of any fighting or bodies or anything like that. But as you walk towards the clam, you can see the fires raging, and actually there is quite a queue outside, or you would assume it's starting to build within the inside.
Oh.
Because everyone will have, with it being the only thing standing. Yep. I wondered why you were drawing so much attention to the fact that it was fine. It's like, that's
the reason why.
Big brain.
As you guys make your way to the Blue Clam, which is a very familiar tavern by now, because obviously this is the one you started off in the very first episode. You can see from the...
Wait. As we're going, Central will remember. Who was interested in it? I think it was the two of you, actually. Salvation, Willow, the man's body. You were both wanting it, no?
I mean, I wanted to have a look, just at the body to see if he had any markings and that, but I don't think I actually did.
I think you took down symbol on his body in your big book thing, yes?
And then she'll grab a book, start looking through. Oh, this, and show the triangle with the druidic meaning in the middle. Yes, I did, but unfortunately I don't know what it means, but I'd have to sit down and just try and figure out what it means, if that's alright with all of you when we, bed down for the night.
And by me, you still need body for this, or just symbol fine?
Nah, that'll be fine.
Then no, but thank you for asking.
That's okay, you can chill out.
Behind the bush where we left him.
Yeah, still in
So,
checks it out.
As you guys see in the distance, probably about 40, 50 feet away from you, is a very hustle and bustling now Blue Clam Inn, with residents jumping in and out and patrons walking in, the regulars. You can see this tavern has picked up over the last day or so since you remember staying here. And you assume that it's because either people are either having somewhere warm to stay, somewhere to eat for the night, or possibly just to have a conversation and talk about things that have passed. Sorry, say that again?
No, it's fine, you carry on.
Is anybody doing as they're approaching?
I was just going to turn to the group. It looked very busy, but speaker did say we were like savior of town or something, so maybe he save us a table, or maybe?
Well, if not, I guess we can grab a couple of drinks and go upstairs and talk about what's actually happened.
I mean,
I hope there is a room, though, if lots of people are looking for a place to stay.
Well, we have booked it, so it is our rooms.
So we did.
yeah.
You would remember booking the rooms in for a few days with Vernon.
Lost my pen.
You don't. I mean, it depends how long you've been taking track for, but you don't know how many days have passed since you have obviously booked the rooms. A few of you do have permanent residence here in terms of as long as you like, but for the rest of you, you have so far paid for accommodation.
3 days.
So, do you let Apollo in first, Willow? Is that what you were going to do?
Yeah, I'm going to let Apollo go in before we enter, just to check out, make sure there's no shady people, such as like militia and that, trying to hide away. And also just to see if there's any spare tables.
Yeah, so you kind of like let Apollo go onto the fluffy blanket of snow, and he kind of like trots on that, that awkward catwalk where they're kind of like got some socks on and they're kind of like look like they've got Smartie tubes on their arms.
Yeah.
So he kind of does that unmajestically walking towards the tavern, and then you see a patron exit, and as soon as they exit, he kind of scoots through the legs.
Meow.
Are you looking through him, or are you?
Yeah, I put my hand on Jackal's shoulder, as I normally do, and look through.
Yeah, so what you see is as you pass through the legs of this complete stranger, you walk into this very hustle and bustling blue clam. As you can hear from the outside, the noises are becoming louder and louder, and it's very, very busy, much more busy than when you arrived here, when the supplies of food came here for the first day, where you were indulging on it. It almost sounds like a party, but you can't quite make out what it is.
Apollo would do what he normally does and goes onto the countertop where Vernon is, and just will sit down, have a little look around for any shady folks or militia or anyone at all trying to blend in and stay out of the ruckus, or for a spare table, as I said.
Brilliant.
So.
Can you make a dexterity roll for Apollo, please?
Okay.
First roll of the day, people. First roll of the day.
First roll of the day.
All of the stream/videos.
I know.
Wait.
How's it gonna go?
So much responsibility.
Just
Gotta be good.
as well, by the way, Fraser. I'll stop the two gentlemen that were leaving. You said, but I'll just timestamp that and come back to it.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. 19. Wow.
19, fantastic. So yeah, with no issue, you see obviously some footfalls come through, swinging quite fast as there's patrons moving quickly with it in and out, different tables and chairs, and he easily misses and sees a few legs coming towards him and saves from getting kicked out of the way or hurt in some way.
Awesome.
Do you make your way up onto the countertop?
Yep.
Yep.
I'll make my way up there and just sit where he normally sits.
That's fine. So he sits there, and as you're looking round, you can clearly see now from a higher vantage point, Vernon is cleaning his 56th tanker. You can see him with kind of a happy look on his face, but concerned at the same time. He's like, when someone approaches him, he's like all happy and smiley. Then when they turn away, he's kind of like looking a bit worse for wear. Then he's kind of like happy again. So he kind of like not sure how this guy is really coping in this trying times. You can see the fires blazing in the background, barely visible through all the bodies, but you can see the food is flowing quite nicely. There are some disconcerting figures, some dressed up in cloaks and some just minding their own business, but the kind of chatter of the town, or the chatter of the tavern so far, is the demolition and the tragedy that has just hit it.
Okay, cool. Is there any, like, people around that look a little bit shadier than normal? Because obviously these are shady folk, but after what happened and the success, anyone not celebrating? Anyone looking a little bit, yeah, just shady in the corner sort of thing?
Make a perception check.
Ooh. What would that be in? Would that be in wisdom, yeah?
Wisdom,
Because of the cat
yes,
stats.
I believe. Yeah, cat stats.
Okay, so perception. 13?
Yeah, with a 13, you have a look round. You can kind of vaguely see through, like I say, the busy kind of back area where you first sat down and met Hlyn. You can see that the tables are very, very busy. But more so closely in front of you, you can see a very familiar masked figure leaning over the bar, tucking into the early evening's drink.
Can we see where this
No, this is all through Willow's cat at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that I recognise this Hammond, wouldn't I?
You recognise this as Hammond, yeah.
I'm just gonna get out, start tippling over. Any spare tables or any room next to him to sit down, perhaps?
On the table itself, absolutely. On the chairs, you'd be very lucky.
Okay. Yeah, Apollo would just go over and sit next to Hammond and just start purring and, you know, giving him some attention. And then Willow will come out of looking through Apollo, and I'll start making my way in, hoping people would follow.
Can I have your marching order if you're coming into the blue car?
Yeah, I'm just gonna stop the fellas, Fraser.
Oh, yeah, sorry, buddy. Yeah.
No, it's all good. So I'll just, seeing that she's gone into the mode and Cat's gone in, just go over to him.
So
excuse me, the ruckus inside. What's happening?
Well, we're having a bit of a party, aren't we? But I don't know what for. Half of the town is burnt down.
Thank you. What is your name?
Oh no.
he kind of looks at you, very confused,
and goes, "Oh, my name's Frederick. Nice to meet you."
Oh.
And I'll just put my hand out to him and
breaks his hand.
and through the winter clothing that you're wearing, it's quite difficult now because it is nighttime to see and differentiate your figure. But as you reach out your metal maw of a hand, he kind of looks down and goes,
"Oh, you one of those strange folks? Nice to meet you." And he walks off.
Yeah. Name has been noted. And yeah, I'll just head on inside them. Not sure if that's when she comes out of it or not. But...
Yeah, so this would be happening in sync. So this is where Apollo would be jumping on the counter and looking around. Can I have your marching order as you enter the blue clam, guys, please?
I'll be going first, since obviously
just
making my way in.
I can go next.
Yeah,
I can go second.
Say next.
I'll go after that.
Yeah, cool.
And I shall sit at the back.
Amazing. So
How did that?
I'm just going to drop you guys on. Just give me a sec.
Transition.
To the
Are we just charging in ahead of the queue?
familiar.
I'm walking in.
Screw this queue. We are heroes. Thank you very much. Make way.
I was in a burning
Make way,
field.
make way.
Thankful, god damn it.
Better be bloody thankful.
Okay. Is everybody on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic. And just so I can just change the.
Where is
Yeah. Ignore that. So hold on. So you're all in the blue clam. You make your way in, Willow. You open the door past another patron that's walking past you, walking upstairs. And you and your familiar comrades are greeted with an initial stare by everybody. And everyone just turns around and looks at all of you. What are you doing?
Keeping my head up, I'm gonna head to the right-hand side where Apollo is. Take my winter clothing off basically as soon as possible, and sail away for the fire.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody else doing anything?
They still just look at us.
Everyone is just staring at you. They've put their drinks down. It's almost like that moment where, you know, saloon style in the westerns, where this barn door swings open and everyone just goes.
Salvation's just gonna stick a head out and just go.
I guess since you're behind me, you and me can go to the bar if you wanna. You wanna go to the bar? I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I'm gonna be walking over to Vernon.
And walk towards the bar, yeah.
Just so you guys can see
towards
this.
Vernon.
Give me a sec.
Woo!
1 second.
Hey.
Oh, there's the camera. I see it.
And my huge and go into the middle.
Amazing.
What are you doing?
Where are you going?
Sentry, come back!
Where are you going?
So what did you say you were doing at Salvation? What did you say you were doing as you entered?
That was it.
That was it.
Smile and
just
wave.
wait.
Brilliant.
I
Smile
just
and
waited
wave.
and made my way to the bar.
Yeah, smile and wave, boys. Yeah, that's fine.
I didn't.
Smile
Nothing
and wave,
else.
And
boys.
as
Smile and wave.
you walk in, and this is happening within a few seconds, you just hear a very slow. And this is Vernon, the familiar half-orc bar manager / chef, giving you a silent clap, and then everyone starts to, and you hear it roar, and everyone is joining in. And as that is happening, you hear someone bring out some instruments, and there is violins playing, fiddles, there is absolute lively music and atmosphere within this already bustling tavern.
Can I bring out my loot?
Yes!
Absolutely, you can bring out your loot.
Finally!
Yeah, not a problem.
Hearing this like music going on, Salvation looks gobsmacked. Like, what is going on? What is this? She looks very excited.
Willow is the complete opposite. She's basically hiding behind Salvation, like, just keep my head down sort of thing. But she's complete opposite.
Is there like an area where there's like a band or something playing where the music's coming from? So I can go.
Now this is more like scattered music, so I don't know if you guys have ever been to an Irish pub before, but when someone starts banging on the table and then someone gets a fiddle out on another table, they literally just jam and it just sounds great.
I'll get my loot out and start kind of jamming along with them.
Yeah, make a performance check for me.
Oh shit! I actually.
Gotta do it now.
That's a 6.
Add your proficiency, Ollie. Add your proficiency.
So
Only makes it 8.
yeah, so an 8. So with an 8, you would get the loot out. Sorry, not flute. And you see all these Patreons start playing their instruments. Oh, I need to play this. This is a great time. And you are so out of tune. Like they're playing a happy harmonic note, and you're going, and then you're going happy harmonic note, and it goes, like that. And then you suddenly kind of turn around, and the guy who's to the left of you playing the tambourine, just rattling it, going, kind of looks at you, stops, and goes, "What are you doing that, mate? You're ruining the tune."
Ouch.
What'd you do?
Can I go? Shit, sorry, and then can I try again?
That is your roll, unfortunately. That is your performance check.
Yep, that's what you do for the entire night.
Oh no.
So,
Yeah, I put it back.
so he kind of looks at you, gives you that comment, and then carries on going. Carries on with his tambourine, and you can kind of see there's some of the female. There's a female half orc dancing in the middle with this kind of like rhythmic sway, and there's kind of like this kind of party atmosphere towards the middle by the crackling fire. Very surprising considering there has been a lot of death and destruction today, but these people seem to be enjoying themselves because there's been a victory. So they're happy to be where they are and to dance and to celebrate your success in saving the village.
Woohoo!
Yay!
You see a familiar half-orc bar manager / chef, Vernon, walk over to you guys after finishing his 65th tankard cleaning, and pops it down on the side and kind of looks up to you and goes,
Well, I'll be damned. Aren't you just the heroes of this place? I just met some of you the other day.
he says that to all of you.
Willow's just keeping her head down, like she's not replying.
I'm gonna say that Sayer's embarrassed for fucking up, and he's just kind of red in the face, like shit.
He kind of understands. He heard the tone that you played in, and he kind of looks at you and goes,
Well, it's not. It happens kind of a lot to me when I was learning to play. Don't worry about it. It's fine. This place is full of people who can't play. But just so happens tonight's a jolly tune.
Yeah, I'm not quite used to playing jolly stuff.
Well, get learning. I can get Franco over there to teach you how to play. You won't?
That would be fantastic, thank you.
Franco, come over here.
And you see this dwarf figure, huge ginger beard, just stops playing this fiddle, comes over and swoops a seat next to you and goes,
Oh, hi there.
Could you teach me how to play positive? Because I'm not very good at very upbeat songs.
Oh, I can teach you to play positive, no problem. First of all, you gotta put a smile on your face.
And he does like a very awkward, like.
You don't have a very pretty smile, do you?
Oh, don't flatter me.
Well, you know, you gotta be a bit more positive in this place. Isn't that right, boys?
and the boys go, hey, like that. You hear the kind of like the atmosphere come back.
Everyone kind of like cheer. It perks him up a bit.
Brilliant. So it actually goes into a realistic smile this time. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And he goes, that's more like it. Boys, now let's play with me. You play the C notes, and he kind of like teaches you through the slower, more effective rhythms. I would like you to make another performance check, seeing as this is now him taking advantage of teaching you.
Yeah, would I get an advantage?
Yes, you do.
Hey.
Yay!
21. Fantastic. And within a few minutes, you kind of go, this is a C, this is an E, and suddenly you're going, and you're flowing with the music, and you know the drums beat faster, and it seems to be quite a lively atmosphere in here.
Yeah, I'll probably like get up and like kind of dance around while playing with them, I guess.
Brilliant.
Why not?
Sentry, what are you doing, by the way? Sorry, you moved yourself up quite.
Yeah, I'm moving to the middle of the room, and I'm just doing what I usually do. Keeping a watch, having a listen, see what the conversation's like. And do I see our battle lady in the corner there?
You see where you are right now, there's a very slender and quote as attractive half-orc just swaying literally right by you with this music.
Just still stood there. Just the awkward ornament in the middle.
she's almost trying to get you involved, like taking your hand and like trying to spin around herself, and you're kind of just standing there, literally like a robot.
Just gonna start pole dancing on Sentry.
And she just like kind of like goes, okay, moves on, loses interest, and carries on towards somebody else.
Yep, just keeping a listen out, keeping a
At this point, I would like Willow and Salvation to make a perception check.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
What's your armor rate?
Perception, yeah?
Yes, please.
19?
13, unfortunately.
That's fine. So I would say, Willow, you see this anyway with your passive. And yeah, you would. Yeah, a 19 would definitely see this. You see Quell slip a few coins on the table with a kind of like weird bustled up note slapped on the table. And Vernon comes along, puts his hand on it, and grabs it back, puts it in his pocket.
I just take a mental note and don't do anything.
Same. Hashtag Salvation will remember this.
Cool. He kind of walks towards the back of the room and out the back of the door, towards where you remember the kind of like storage area is. Closes the door. Quell then starts making his way out. Do you guys do anything?
No.
I'll
Stay there.
I'll shout over. Hammond, leaving so soon? Not staying for party?
He kind of like turns around just after leaving and kind of like looks back and he hears you and says,
I don't do much for partying.
Yes, you said. I remember now. You sure we can get you drink?
I've definitely drunk my own blood in drink tonight. I need to leave.
Okay. I hope you have safe place to stay for tonight.
I have a fine place wherever I sleep. I don't mind. I don't need to be comfortable. But thank you.
Okay, well at least stay warm.
As you say this, he is putting on a coat, a thicker coat and some boots, and he heads out off into the windy depths of the night of Tourmaline.
While I'm dancing and playing, I'm gonna look over at Jackal and kind of like beckon him over to come like dance and shit. Be like, come on, man, come on, come on.
Jackal does nothing.
I don't know why, it's like fucking boring.
Jackal just sits at the bar, calmly waiting for
Oh,
turn.
come on.
Yeah, you're just sitting there doing nothing, Jackal?
You have a drinking contest, but you won't.
Yeah,
Speaking
Jackal's
of,
just
who
there
wants a
still at the
drink?
bar.
No, not for me tonight. I don't think.
I hear you and I shout over, yes, please!
Jackal?
Yes, please. Salvation, that'll be lovely.
Excellent. Does Metal Man drink?
Yeah, not really.
Hold your coin. I'm fine.
Okay, no worries. Is Vernon there?
Not at the moment. He's literally just gone round the back. You've seen him close this little wooden door that creaks as it closed, just cracked on a lock, and he's just out the back at the moment.
I'm gonna. Do we know of a way in from where he's taken us out there before?
You do know of a way. There is a double barge door with a huge slat of wood across it to keep it closed, which is in the western side. Oh, eastern side.
I'm gonna head over there and politely try and go through there. Try and find Vernon.
You're gonna go trying through that?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a strength check for me.
20.
Lol, you're gonna break his door.
19.
Yeah, with a 19, fantastic. You, with no issues, managed to lift the very heavy log that is attached to these doors to keep them together. Yeah. Did you place it on the ground? What did you do with this big log? You're now carrying it in your hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna sort of. Don't know if I can do this. I'm gonna lift it up, so then I can push through one door. Then just chuck that log slightly in the air as I turn around to shut the door. So then the log falls back where it was. If that makes sense.
Okay, you can certainly try. So just describe to me what you're doing again.
So I'm gonna pull the log up, kick open the door,
Yep.
push myself through the door, and as I do that, I'm gonna chuck the log just probably about a foot in the air, the end of the log.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna then quickly shut the door, and then the log lands back where it was.
Make a strength saving throw, and then make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my god.
Dex save.
So 9 for a strength save.
Oh.
And 19 for a dexterity save. You go to lift this huge log with almost like you see the weightlifting competitions, like that kind of straddle, you go boom like that. And as you kind of do it, you kind of tipple on one side and your arm didn't quite go there, and it starts slipping out your arm. But with the dex save, you kind of manage to rebalance it. You're still there just holding the logs up. The door isn't further open than you started with.
Okay, I'm just gonna put the log down and walk through.
Okay, yeah. Put the log down.
That was just gonna be like, oh, fuck this.
The double door just opens with a creak. It goes.
I'm gonna knock on it as I go through, like sort of push through and knock on the door.
Yeah.
And then, Vernon, you're around.
Yeah. So as you walk in, you do see a familiar half orc in front of you. Let's move the camera this way. And what you see is he kind of like, as soon as you walk in, he goes,
Oh, what are you doing back here?
Sorry, I just wondered where you were. I just saw you run out to the back all suddenly, and it just seemed kind of odd.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that I could just walk through through the door. I mean, the log wasn't that heavy.
Well, to get these drinks, of course. That's why I'm back here. Why are you back here?
Well, I was gonna ask if you needed a hand.
Make a perception check.
22.
Absolutely, you see him. As soon as you open the door, he slips something in his pocket.
Yeah. Oh, Vernon, you seem awfully suspiciously odd today, rather than your normal self. Is everything all right?
Everything is fine, my friend.
Insight.
Yep.
21.
21.
Oh
Fantastic.
my god.
Okay. I don't know how this is going to work, but I need you in whispers.
Oh shit.
It's gonna fuck everything up.
Okay.
Oh,
What
no.
I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to type this up for you after, just in a little bit, because just think.
Well, you can just have it staying here. Everyone deafen themselves.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Right, I'll deafen
Just
myself.
give us
Yeah, okay,
everybody waits.
We'll
I can't see
type in
Fraser.
chat.
Yeah.
We'll type in chat, and so when you can come back.
Cool.
Everyone deafened? Yeah, cool. Okay, I think we've.
Oh no, I don't know how
Oh,
to
no,
do it.
not
Hang
yet.
on.
It isn't done it yet.
It's not working. Hold on. Every time I do it, it just takes it to. Oh wait, no, it's fine.
Amazing. So we're all deafened, right? Cool.
No,
No.
No.
no, it hasn't done it. For fuck's sake. I'm just gonna turn my headphones down. It's fine. It's
Okay.
fine.
Or you could just take them off. I mean, laughing means she's heard this. This isn't going well. Right. So, as you kind of notice that he slips this note in the pocket, he kind of looks at you with a very worried look, and you can see very clearly that there is some distress from his facial expression. Everyone can now undeafen.
Oh, we need to put it in chat.
Yeah.
Everyone can now undeafen, says that to the, whilst the deafened.
Don't know if you saw what we were
there we
doing.
go. Right. Vernon, come on. I mean, I know we haven't known each other long, but we've definitely gone along quite well, and I can tell when something isn't quite right. Now, come on. I would have hoped that you'd learned to trust me by now. Tell me, what's wrong?
He kind of looks
What
down.
troubles you, friend?
Looks down at his feet and kind of goes,
Well, I do trust you, Jackal. Sometimes personal business is a bit difficult to speak about, you know what I mean?
No, of course, I completely understand, friend, but is there anything that I might be able to provide my services for? I mean, you do seem awfully worried.
Well, a good friend of mine, he was earlier on in the village. I can't find him, and he Hammond over there and passed me a note.
and he hands you the note.
I will look up at Vernon, then look back down and start to read the note.
You unravel it. It's a very scruffed up bit of parchment. Very blood-stained. And it is half of a written letter that he's clearly ripped up in two places. And the half that you can read at the end of two sentences says, I am held captive. And then the second sentence ends in, don't know how long.
Well, Vernon, this is an awfully deep note. Who's this from?
Oh, this is it. I'm trying to figure this out myself, but the handwriting is familiar, and it's one of my local fishing friends.
Vernon, goddamn. Well, why are you still running this bar? You've got a lot on your mind. Like, this is surely more important.
Well, what can I do? I'll just run this place. I just run the kitchens and the drinks. I'm no hero. I'm no warrior. I can't save anyone.
And he kind of stops throws the note down on the floor.
Hey, whoa. Vernon. Now, nobody here is a hero. Us today, what we did, that doesn't make us heroes. The ability to make you be a hero is to do what's right. And that's what matters. And Vernon, you are a definitely unkind soul. Kind soul even. Jesus. You're a definitely kind soul. And that's what makes you a hero. Now don't you go tell yourself that you ain't no hero, because you are, and half this town looks up to you for providing them with a warm place to stay, food and drink after this god-forsaken shit happened. So don't you dare go calling yourself a non-hero.
He kind of looks down and scratches his head, looks back at the fire, and kind of looks back at you and goes,
well, maybe you're right. Maybe I don't see that.
And he kind of like grabs a small keg from the side, kind of like throws it towards you in a gentle like tossing way, like a throwing way, kind of like underhand.
Yeah, I'll catch it.
Yeah, he goes,
do you know what? I could do with a drink.
Well, you do an awful lot of pouring, so allow me to pour this one, just for you and me.
Grabs two very clean tankards from the side. Comes over to you and places them in front of you. Just holds them.
I will pour drink into each one, bit more into Vernon's, and say, I think you'll need this bit extra, friend.
Okay. Yeah, he graciously accepts it. Takes a drink down and
it's the good stuff. We don't sell this to regulars.
Well, let me give it a try, because I'm gonna swig it back down as well.
Yeah, and what you taste is, instead of this very groggy, bitter taste of the ale that's normally poured in these taps, is a very sweet nectar of different flowers and flavourings, but you still get that ale taste at the end of it. And the further inspection of the keg, it's got a gold lace around the rim. It's a very, very fine keg of beer or ale or booze or whatever you want to call it.
Well, I'll be damned, Vernon. If you sold this here piss to the regulars, then you'll have half of 10 towns in here.
Well, you should say that it's Matthew's secret stash. He only has it when it comes in, but I thought this calls for a special occasion.
I completely agree with you, Vernon. Well, about your friend, of course, I saw you liaising with the good guy Hammond himself. Is he looking into this for you?
Well, this is it. I don't know anyone better than Hammond right now, and he knows who I'm talking about, so he knows you can identify him personally. So I'm just seeing what he can find, and I'll pay him handsomely.
Well, you know you can call on us at any time you need anything, or if Hammond, I mean, the man, of course, doesn't need any help, but if he needs a group to look in a different location, because of course the man can only be in one place at one time, then feel free to call on us, Vernon. You know, you provided great services to us by putting roof over our head and food on our tables in these tough times.
I might find appreciated there, friend.
And he goes to shake your hand.
And I will go to shake his, and then I'll put my other hand on his shoulder again. So one hand on hand, other hand on shoulder, and say, remember, Hammond's a capable man. He will find this friend for you. And don't think of yourself as nobody, because you are somebody, Vernon. You just keep serving these mighty fine people and give them hope.
As soon as you say the word hope, he kind of gives you a big toothy grin with his jagged orc teeth. You now can see quite clearly, really up and close, that one of them is bigger than the other, almost like it's stunted a bit of growth, and his kind of beard is much more jagged than it used to look. It's not been trimmed in a while. And he goes,
Yo, Jackal, keep the keg. See if you can find my friend if you can. And
he'll give you a short description of the person he's looking for.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Make an intelligence check.
That is a 9.
A 9. The description sounds very familiar, almost like you've met this person before. You don't know when.
Sorry, Vernon, can you just tell me that description one more time? It awfully sounded like somebody that I once knew.
And he gives you it again. And yeah, with the same intelligence roll. Gonna be the same.
Okay, well, I'll keep a lookout for him, and maybe I'll need to think on this myself.
No, I appreciate it. No, get that drink down here. It's expensive.
And he'll walk back off, back throughout the bar. It will open the door, kind of give you a wink on the way out, and then put like a fake happy smile on and go,
Hey, I haven't seen you in a while there, friend.
and then you hear the door close.
Okay, I will proceed to swig the last bit of the drink, like really trying to enjoy it as much as I can before I have to go back out.
Yeah.
I
mean,
and yeah.
Can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
Yes, I can. There's a 15.
15.
We were on the good rolls today.
It tickles your back of your throat. You're feeling a bit unsteady, but you fight through, and you're not quite drunk just yet. But it is nice, very nicely tasting. Do you go back out with the keg, or do you leave it here?
I will leave it in there for the time being.
Okay. Yeah. You pop it down on one of the tables on the side, or one of the boxes or crates, and you kind of make your way back out. And back out, staring at you is, I'm guessing, Willow and Sal.
Jackal, there you are. What was that? Did you find out what that I don't know whether you saw, but Hammond gave Vernon a little note, and it looked very suspicious. Did he tell you anything back there?
I'm gonna straight away look at Vernon, see what he's doing, see if he might be listening.
Okay, make perception.
22.
With the 22, you can clearly see that he's not listening.
Yeah. One of his friends seems to be taken, and during the ruckus, might have found Hammond. He's looking into the case for him, but Vernon's done great services for us by looking after us here at the tavern, so we need to look out for this here fella and let him know if we see anything, as I'm gonna then provide the description to Willow and Salvation.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Both of you make intelligence checks for me.
For some reason, there we go.
No.
Wow.
9 and a 7.
Sorry guys, I've started with a good
To be
roll.
fair, I didn't actually hear the description, so yeah, it doesn't matter.
That's fine.
My mic cut off, so I couldn't hear anything.
There was no description.
There was no description.
Give it.
Oh right, okay. I
Some
couldn't
would
hear
say
the words.
perhaps on purpose. So, as you kind of like listening in and kind of taking in this information that Jackal is trying to give to you, you kind of looking back and you can kind of see the party's kicking on, and as you kind of trying to listen in, you can hear Sayer in the background with his lute going, I'm getting the hang of this, and you kind of see like the familiar dwarf with the long ginger beard come back up and go, that's it, you got him, my friend, let's keep going, and just dances round, and you're getting very distracted. You're not kind of listening.
Maybe we should leave this discussion when we have a bit of privacy, because I'm sure we've got a lot to catch up on.
Well, I mean,
Sounds like
that's
good
all
idea.
there is to it from Vernon, but
Ah.
we need to decide what our next move's gonna be.
Well,
Can
Nice.
our first move be getting drink?
to be fair, we do
I
need to
mean,
go to
tomorrow
Bryn
morning,
Shander,
so-
so...
You see, I agree with Willow there. Bryn Shander seems to keep coming up, and it seems like a particular place of interest.
Absolutely, but we need drink, food, and the rest first. We go tomorrow. It'll be fine.
Oh, of course, sir. Tomorrow morning we'll make it so. Why don't you ladies go over and enjoy your drink? I'm gonna go over and check on Sentry. Tell him the plan.
I think I'm gonna go up tonight a bit early, and I'm gonna investigate that symbol we found. Just see if I can recognize it or something, but you're more than welcome to join, but I'm gonna go and do some homework.
Willow, we are sharing room, yes?
We are sharing a room, yeah.
Then I shall see you once I have had a couple of drinks.
I'll see you up there, and she'll put her head down and grab her book and start skidding up the stairs, and Apollo will follow after.
Yeah. So you're making your way up the stairs of the Blue Clam.
Yep, just going to my designated bedroom.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I'm going to have a nice hot bath. Well,
Absolutely.
technically cold bath, but, you know.
Going into your bedroom with Apollo. Apollo rushes in first as the door swings open, and he makes his comfortable on the bed and kind of purrs and calls into a ball. And you make your way into the bathroom, and the bath itself, a old kind of wooden basin that's seen some use but fairly clean, is already full of hot water.
I will let it cool down until it's cold.
Brilliant. It's just steaming away there, and it's almost like the service here provides this this kind of luxury of, especially if you're paying for it. So yeah.
I will step out of the bathroom. I'm going to let the water cool off till it can get as cold as it possibly can. And then she's going to sit down, and she's going to examine that symbol that I found on Captain Scath.
Yep. So you're just going to sit down and do that. Can you make a Arcana check, please?
I was going to do comprehend languages for 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, you can do that, certainly.
Yeah. So I'm going to get everything out, prepared my spell book, and start trying to work out what it means in Druidic. Yeah, it's Druidic, wasn't it?
You assume so.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be doing that for 10 minutes. So.
Okay, so that's you for 10 minutes. What is everybody else doing?
I think as I see those guys go out and then Salah's left, I'll take a break from hanging out.
Okay.
I'll probably
drinks. Anyone?
I'll probably order a drink with Vernon for at least the two of us, and Jackal if he wants one.
Okay.
Yeah, Jackal, do you want to join us too?
Jackal's passed, and Jackal's heading over to Sentry, so he'll just give like a hand of dismissal, like politely, and head over to Sentry.
We'll sit here getting drunk then, and leave you guys to it.
I'll get pissed.
The lady.
Chloe's doing homework.
Trying to dance. She's still trying to dance with me.
No, she's well off on the fire, like by the fireplace now, like making herself warm, but also noticed at the same time.
Cool. I'll just see Jackal coming over them.
I'm just going to stand pretty much right next to Sentry, and just sort of, not whisperingly, but quietly saying, "Any much on the look around, Sentry? You seen much?"
Have I caught any interesting conversations or anything, Fraser?
Make a perception check for it.
Yes.
Woo! 20. Wow. Making Fraser get his notes out. Yeah, I'm just gonna figure something out. You guys carry on.
Damn it, could have rolled badly.
Yeah. Hey, it doesn't always have to be useful mission info. It could literally be like, there's a good fishing spot here, or...
Hey, dude, I've just got to roll something dead quick. It's fine. It's cool.
Yeah.
You found out someone's having an affair. It's going to turn into an episode of D&D Hollyoaks. It's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely with a 20, you.
Oh god, D&D Hollyoaks.
You hear. I'll pretend I didn't hear that. You hear all the ruckuses of the night, and you hear some very interesting horror stories, such as families being taken away and husbands being killed in battle, and you hear the fact that some now children around Tourmaline are orphans. You do hear the odd kind of like flirtatious conversation, especially with the orcish lady that's dancing away, saying about her beauty and her dancing styles. And with a 20, you get this very interesting, short, kind of haired, big beady glasses sitting on this table with this big kind of like medallion clock around his neck, kind of like jittering and looking at the time, and he's kind of like looking at his drinking buddy to the rest next to him on the table, and he goes,
Did you hear about that thing in Bryn Shadow?
and you kind of hear the rest of the conversation, and the conversation fiddles out to
those dwarves are pay good money for anyone who can find that lost shipment. I wish I could do it, but I'm way too small in this blizzard. I need help getting round. And that reminds me, I need to find my axe beak. Right. Venom, take my thing,
and he runs off.
So he said, Brimshander, there was a lost shipment.
Yes.
Okay.
You heard something about dwarves, something about money, and something about a lost shipment.
Did they say anything about roughly where the lost shipment was? Or
That's all you got.
And they're at the table in front, did you say?
They are to the table here. Or he was, and he left.
Oh, before he leaves. That's interesting. So
okay, yeah. You
I'm
can certainly do something if you heard that and on his way out.
Yeah. If Jacko's coming over, then I'll just say the gentleman here. Excuse me.
He's kind of like jumping past you, and like he kind of hops down and goes,
I'm late. I need to go. I can't stay here.
What was the lost shipment? Where is this lost shipment?
He kind of like looks around, like almost like, how did you hear that? kind of thing, or you were listening in, a little bit annoyed. Make a intimidation or persuasion.
Come on, lad, focus up. Yeah, where's this lost shipment? The quicker you have it, the quicker you can find your axe beak.
I would say make an intimidation with. Actually, no, that was more persuasion. I'd say take the nat 20 because you did it with advantage.
All right.
You're lucky.
Well, turn that
you are
down.
lucky that Jackal jumped in with that as soon as you rolled. Because if he didn't, then I wouldn't have taken it. He kind of looks back at you with his little clock around his watch and goes,
I do need to go. I can't stay here. Where do I start? Yes, Bryn Shander. Yes, dwarves. One of my friends. Ernig. He wanted to. He was asking another friend of mine about these dwarves will pay good money to anyone who can find a lost shipment or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and dwarves, where can we find these dwarves?
I'm in Bryn Shander, like I've just said.
Well, yeah, no shit. Bryn Shander's a big city. We're in Bryn Shander.
What did he say?
and he kind of looks around, grabs open his journal. So he kind of
He's just like
making a few notes and
which chapters is this on?
kind of looks around and
Gets
goes,
out his dwarf file of facts.
yeah.
You could call it that. And he kind of looks around and he goes,
something about polar bears and I don't know. Just outside of Bryn Shander.
I'm just gonna look at Sentry, see if he's done with him.
Yeah, that's all he's got. Thank you. You can go.
I was going anywhere.
and he just runs off.
Meanwhile, can we get some drink?
Yeah, as soon as you go to the bar,
I'm
Vernon
assuming
looks,
we did.
He looks over to you and already hands you two very fine glasses of the very expensive whiskey you kept behind the table.
Yeah, I'll shot that down then, I suppose.
And
I have not had this whiskey before.
I look over. I've got like it to my mouth, so I haven't said anything. I'm just like, it's like really good. So yeah, I drank that.
So both of you, actually no, Salvation, make the perception roll, please.
Perception?
Perception, yeah.
Okay. What's wrong with my drink? Roll.
Oh no, has it been
Oh god, that one!
And that one, you are way too excited to notice the label of this fine delicacy that is handed before you. And you have no idea what it is. You're just so excited that you want to drink it and find out what happens.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright then.
Drink.
Both of you make Constitution saving throws, please.
Uh-oh.
3.
23. Nice. And a 20.
20!
Brilliant.
Alright.
The fine whiskey drink runs down the back of your throat, tickles a little bit, stings, and then tastes very calming and hints of honey and caramel, and it's actually a really nice and tasty drink. As Vernon goes, another one, and gives you a wink.
Sure, that was very nice.
Last down going, yep.
What is it?
Oh, I've told you before, this is the Red Fox.
Ah, this is what they had. See, I had a pint the other night. I have never had the whiskey before. It is very nice. I like.
Yes, it's new delicacy from up north, past the these word has it that these strangers from the spine of the world came from down south and passed up the mountain range and passed through here, and there was a weird fella, didn't really speak much common. Passed this through us, and we got crates of it round the back and saving it for a rainy day, if you know what I mean.
I see why.
Well, have another one, pops the cork, it goes boom, and pours you 2 others.
Cool. I'll take another. I guess I have to do another constitution.
Every single drink, make a con save.
Oh, I got a 6.
Yep.
For God's sake. Do the...
Do the thing.
No!
Do the thing.
Natural one.
3!
That is unlucky.
Second one hit you hard.
So he pops the cork on this fine vintage, and you place your tankards in front of him, and he pops a little wink as he's pouring one each, and it's almost happening in slow motion. You take them back. That familiar sensation of stinging hits the back of your throat, in which is followed by the caramelization of the sweet honey, of which is followed by the immediate feeling of feeling sick. Salvation, I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, God.
Rest in peace, Salvation.
Well, how's
So,
Saya feeling? Is
my
he just...
whiskey.
You will know in a minute.
Oh, God. 7.
You feel like it is immediately coming up, and you think you have seconds to spare before you can reach the bathroom, in which that does not happen. You turn around, stumble over the chair, and this poor fella to the left of you gets a whopper, a giant splash of sick all the way down his furred leather hide, and he looks up at you with his big beard, and kind of pulls his hood back. He's got a big scar in his eye, blue eyes piercing through your soul, kind of thing, looking like a ranger, and he stares at you in the face and goes,
This is not the first time this has happened to me.
Oh, okay.
Salvation's gonna rip a bit of material off the bottom of her coat and drunkenly just start patting it.
How is Saya?
As this is happening, Saya, you look and watch this happen, and you immediately try and not fall over, but you do fall on your arse.
Okay, I imagine him like pissing himself.
And
just, like,
you are absolutely in hysterics. This is hilarious. There is sick everywhere. And you hear from behind you, Salvation! A very angry, almost red-faced Vernon is staring directly at you with a mop and bucket.
I told you I had not had the whiskey before. I think it does not agree with me.
And he just stares at you with this mop and bucket like.
I'll like try and help her up, and like I'll help her up and try and clean it. I'll be like, I got it. No, it's fine.
If you can't, he kind of leans in a bit and goes, "If you can't handle your drink, you can't drink here, okay?"
No, I'm fine. Did I throw up?
I'm talking to the girl, not talking to you.
I stick to beer or wine next time. I know that is not good drink.
Yes.
No, like taste good, bad for body.
And he,
Like Leo, I'm whispering, please don't piss him off.
he kind of waves a hand over and he goes,
I'm sorry there, Sylvester.
he goes, yeah, no worry about it.
Sorry, Sylvester.
He literally goes back to his drink with sick on him and doesn't care.
Wow.
He at closer inspection, this guy's got heavy tattoos on both arms. He's got like a mace like equipped to his side, and you can see this guy has been in a few fights, and you can tell that a bit of sick doesn't bother him.
Okay.
He's the type of guy that's into some strange things.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Sylvester loved it.
He's got one of those weird fetishes or something.
That's the one. Meanwhile, upstairs.
My strange addiction.
Anyway, meanwhile upstairs. I'm checking. I think it's over here. So you use comprehend languages, is that right, Willow?
Yes, I want to figure out what is going on.
Okay. Just send me the text of comprehend languages, please.
Yeah. Bow.
Okay, so yeah, so you understand local music. Yep, brilliant. So you're kind of inspecting. Did you draw this in your book? Did you say?
Yeah, I would have taken a visual sketch of what I saw exactly on him,
Yep.
detail by detail.
Okay.
And then gone back and then assessed it.
Okay, so you kind of like look into this symbol a bit more, and you can kind of see the familiar triangle with the circles running through it, and you think, okay, and you sit down and you expend that spell, and you kind of eyes shut open and they go white, and you can almost see these shapes then merge and move into different forms of different languages that you might know, and flicks through like flicks through and through and through and through until it does reach Druidic, and you understand that it is a Druidic incantation. It is not a sentence or a word or a rhyme. It is a symbol used which is in Druidic language that represents an enchantment.
Can I try and detain what symbol and incantation is happening?
Yeah, so the symbol is clearly fire, and it means that in Druidic. And obviously make an Arcana check just to figure out what that means.
Means fire. Arcana.
Yes, please.
14.
14, yeah, just made the DC. So you would recognise that this isn't your standard incantation, and in fact, in closer inspection, thinking about it, the skin was embezzled with this kind of like ink, but it was shiny and shimmering, and you think that maybe someone has maybe implanted this into this certain person. And in closer inspection, it looks like a works of not your average incantation or enchantment wizard. and you can kind of ascertain that it might have been some sort of black market, dodgy backhand deal. Because these spells are definitely not common.
Okay, cool. Can I try and find out if this would have been done by a druid or someone of wizard skill?
With a 14, no. You wouldn't be able to do that.
That's fine. It's just dodgy as hell.
Just doesn't look right. Something's quite not right with this. And you think, this doesn't really exist, this incantation, around these parts. Or you've heard of it, but you're not sure where they're from. So, kind of confusing, but you get the gist at the same time.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll keep that on me, take a mental and physical note, and I'll look back at that later on.
Brilliant.
I believe that's all I wanted to do.
Yeah, that's fine.
Once my bath is cold, I will...
At a nice temperature. Yeah, it's definitely not too hot, not too cold. Goldilocks style.
I'll wait a bit longer to make sure it's cold.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. What you know, there's like cold baths where you've left it a bit too long and it's gone really cold, or you've left like the cold tap on for too long. Yeah, that situation.
And in close inspection, there's a little basket to the side full of like different kind of petals, and there's almost like a balm and a milk there as well. And you would assume these were for bathing and for scenting as well, so almost like a shampoo or a soap.
Yeah, that's all I'll be doing.
Okay. So you're currently chilling in a milk bath. Literally chilling in a milk bath.
Yep.
Okay, back to the messy room.
Woo! Jackal. Is everything okay with Vernon back there?
He's having a bit of a troubled time. He's lost a friend in the fight, just like most of the people around us. Just need to keep out for a guy following this description, as I say the description. And then I'm gonna say, it seems like a lot of the details around here and the plan seems to lead us to Brinchanda next. The girls were saying about heading there next. I don't suppose if you have any opposition to heading there tomorrow morning.
Make
I
a
would like
intelligence check. Sorry, mate. Before you do that, Sentry, make an intelligence check just for the description.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Awesome. With intelligence 15, the description doesn't really sink in with you. Can't really.
No.
Don't really know who it is.
Damn.
If we're going to Grimshadow, then I'll come and follow. I would like to do something in the town, but I think I can do that during the night.
Of course. I'd love to stay and join you, but I think today's taking it out of me, so unless you need me for anything else, then I'm gonna head up and lay my head down for a bit.
You stay here. I'll be back in the morning, and we can head off from there.
Alright. Well, you stay safe out there, Sentry. As I'm then gonna head upstairs and go to bed.
Okay. Yeah. So you head up the stairs, Jackal. What would you like to do?
I'm going to head into my room. I'm going to shut and lock the door. Then I'm going to probably meditate for about an hour. Wait, what time is it roughly? Would I have any perception of what the rough time is?
You would get an estimate of the time. I mean, you guys have been downstairs talking around for a little bit and drinking. You can hear the party music going on, and you can ascertain that it's probably heading towards possibly about 4 o'clock.
In the afternoon?
In the afternoon, yeah.
Oh shit, yeah. I'm definitely going to meditate for a couple of hours
before
starting to tuck down ready for bed.
Brilliant. You can absolutely do that. That's not a problem. Would you like to just describe your meditation techniques and what you get up to?
Yeah, so what happens is I put all my swords and my bow, my quiver on the side of my room, basically de-armor myself, and which nobody has so far yet seen, in the privacy of my own room. I pull down my hood, pull down my mask, to reveal my face. I then sit cross-legged in the middle of the room and just begin to go deep into thought for the next couple of hours.
Wow. So it's your face reveal, but Mandalorian style, but not
Exactly.
not real. That's cool. I like that. That's nice. Yeah. So you crack on with that. You set yourself up for meditation. Anybody else getting on with anything else?
Salvation will have a couple of glasses of water.
Good idea.
And then probably also head upstairs, hopefully coinciding with Willow getting out of the bath and being fully clothed.
I would be out the bath by now, yes.
Okay, good.
I wouldn't be butt naked.
Just checking. We are not that close yet.
I like the emphasis on yet.
I put no emphasis on the yet.
No, I definitely had emphasis on yet.
So
Right.
you're going upstairs
Yeah.
to Willow's quarters. Did you say so?
You're muted, I think. Can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me?
She did say yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I could hear you fine.
Yeah.
I was just saying yes.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry, I'll just confirm that, just so I can read the token. That's awesome. Yeah. So as you kind of reach the room of which belongs or temporarily belongs to Willow, you can see through the corner of the door frame is some steam start to emulate. What'd you do? Did you just walk in?
I will knock.
Polite. So, yeah. Willow, you doing it?
Willow?
Yeah, come in. Sorry. Go on.
Okay, so then I'll go.
As you will see, she is currently on the opposite side of where you are sat on the bed, currently just, I don't know, putting PJs on in some sort of fashion of what she would wear at night time.
Yeah, you describe what you wear at night time. What is your dress down routine?
I guess just a long t-shirt because she doesn't have any fancy clothes.
In
Just
this
like a
world,
really
we'll
long
say
bag.
a long clothed robe. How is that?
Yeah, like a robe sort of thing, but it more looks like something that she's just randomly got out of a shop, possibly, and it doesn't quite fit her. But yeah,
Brilliant.
it does the job.
Can I basically follow Sal up?
You want to follow Sal up right behind her, or do you want to leave a bit?
No, not go into the room, obviously, but go upstairs at the same time to go to my room.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
I don't want to go into the same room. No.
Yeah, absolutely. You can make your way up to the up the stairs into the hallway to the familiar rooms that are in front of you, and you remember yours is the second one on the left-hand side. So if you turn left around the corner, your door's on the right, opposite Jackal's. So it's this one.
Oh, okay. I stumble in there and just onto the bed.
Yeah, so you stumble through. The door swings open with a creak and a smack. It goes, "Ew," poof, fall forwards onto the bed, barely missing the frame of the bed, which could end up in a bit of head trauma, spinning onto the cushion, and I'm guessing you pass out.
Yes, I'm fucking gone.
So this is the episode where we nearly get killed by really ridiculous things.
Basically, yeah,
Hey,
inanimate objects.
Oh, this happened in the first session to me as well.
Did you not know that inanimate objects are the boss in this game? Which leaves us with Sentry still downstairs.
Yeah, I'm going to make my way over to the other side of the bar, just where Vernon is, and just say, I'm heading out. If anyone needs me, I'm going to be at the town centre by the old statue.
Okay. He kind of acknowledges and gives you a nod and goes,
That's fine.
And I'll head on out and I'll go back to where I started.
okay.
My town speaker statue.
Yeah, you make your way out now into the pitch black, very still gusty, windy, cold, ice-bitingly sharp town of Tourmaline, which is now even colder at this point. Did you put your warm clothes on, Sentry?
Never took them off.
You didn't take them off?
Nope.
Noted. So, as you
Never
walk
took-
out into the cold air, obviously your warm clothes are keeping you warm and comfortable, and keeping your joints lubricated, let's just say. And you make your way out towards the statue of where you first began, underneath the town speaker's residence. The familiar broken statue you find yourself right by it, looking at it. What do you do?
If there's obviously a lot of broken materials and bits and pieces around the area, I'd like to, as best I can, muster together some dribs and drabs from here and there to elect back up the parts of the statue as best I can.
Okay. The statue at the moment is in absolute tatters. You can ascertain it was made out of various bits of stone and marble, and this had been here for a while. Now, putting it back together would require some tools, possibly ones that you may have or may not have. Now, realistically speaking, if you want to put it back to a
How much
form of
disarray-
glory, I would say you'd have to rebuild it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. In that case, then, seeing that, I'll pick up some of the parts and just arrange them neatly at the base of it, and I'll head to the town speaker Matthew's current town hall.
Okay. You
And,
head there, you familiar building of which now the lights are out and doesn't seem like anybody's home.
I'll knock on the door loudly.
Yeah, you walk up to the kind of very distinctly prominent stairs, and you walk up to the top, and the large black double doors that lead to this town hall. You give the ring that resonates on the door of boom, boom, boom. Yeah, 1 minute passes. Another minute passes.
No lights or anything from inside.
Nope, nothing.
Is the door open?
Do you want to check the door?
Yep.
You reach for the handle and it's locked.
Come back later. I could do it now. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 2. Yeah, I'm gonna do it later then. In that case, then I will head. None of the shops for selling the gems would be open, would they?
Everything has most definitely, as you've been walking through these streets, it's almost barren. Where to the point of you think that everyone's now tucked in, gone back home, the trading time is over and stalls are closed.
Yep. How far away is the mine?
From where you are now, roughly about 35, 40 minutes.
Okay, it's 4 o'clock now. Yeah. So I'm gonna need a lot to do the statue. Yep. Set myself on the mission. I'll put the go back to the inn. Go up to whoever's room I can find first. Actually, I don't know which room Jackal and Sarah are in, so I'll go to Willow's room.
Yeah,
first.
you only remember the room that you went in with Willow, which is Willow's room. Yeah. So you make your way up the stairs past a very confused Vernon, in which the music has kind of slowed down now. Everyone's coming to a slight kind of like stop. The fire's still roaring, but you can still hear people talking and jittering away. You make your way upstairs and you find the familiar room. Yeah.
Well, I suppose, yeah. Willow and Sal go with their jazz whilst I'm out and about, and then that'll be when I'll pop in, I suppose.
Okay. So, I mean, we're doing a bit of a time skip here. Is anybody doing anything? I think everyone.
Sleep.
I think passing out.
I think I'll just have a conversation with Sal.
Yeah, just talking about the day or talking about anything in particular?
Things in particular, yes. Very particular things.
Very particular things.
Yeah. I'm going to be sitting on the edge of the bed, currently like packing all my stuff away, get ready for bed. What's Sal doing at this point?
Sal has just come in and hello Willow. I tried some of that whiskey. Not for me. Body did not like. No, not at all. I stick to beer.
Fair
you
enough.
okay?
Yeah, I had a look at that symbol, by the way.
Oh yes.
It's quite interesting. It almost looks. It is druidic, and it's an incantation of fire. So what I believe might have happened was that someone embedded something in his body, and it made him not just resistant, because obviously tiefling, but immune to the fire. But I don't recognise the work. It's not something I've seen before for wizards to do that I know of. I don't recognise it at druids, what they do. Seems like something very dodgy. Something
that is
that
strange.
wouldn't be licensed in, somewhere where I'm from.
Well, I don't know much about licensed magic or druid magic, actually, so I'm afraid I don't think I'll be much help, but maybe we remember for later, yes?
Yeah, I might do some more research on, its whereabouts and where people have heard it before, but that's all I got from it, unfortunately.
Sounds a good idea.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, what is on your mind?
I noticed your, sorry to intrude, but I saw your holy symbol.
Oh, my amulet, yes?
Yes, I see that you're a follower of Bane.
Ah, you have heard of him. This is good.
Through books and that, not, religious reasons. I don't tend to follow Bane. I don't tend to follow any god anymore. But, I noticed it, so I'm a little bit intrigued why Bane out of all of them. I've not heard good things about Bane.
You have not? Ah, it is strange. He is great and terrible god, but great. And you see, when I was very small, I was found. And the temple that found me, they were followers of Bane. And they raised me, so I was raised there. So he is really, honestly, all I have known. He and they were there for me much my life. So I have much to thank him for. I am glad people have heard of him because, things got a little tricky along the way with Sirik the Liar. He is terrible god. Wild card is not good.
I know, I was around at that time.
Oh yes, you're very old. My goodness. So you were around when Bane was like right at the height of his power. That is so exciting. I would have loved to have seen it.
I mean, I didn't see it myself because, my family are religious and so, they don't let you pay attention to other gods really, just study them. But I was born quite a long time ago. and I believe it. It could have happened before, but I didn't, pay attention because obviously family religion. You got to focus on what you got.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yes, what God did they
just
follow?
curious. And she starts to, grab her chest a little bit, and she seems very uncomfortable with the question.
I am sorry to pry. You look uncomfortable.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. She rubs her head. Don't tell anyone. You probably already know, to be fair. And she'll pull out her amulet, and what you see is a triangle pointing down. It's purple with gold, and it's got swirls in the middle. But it almost looks like it's made of glass or like a resin, and it's been smashed in the middle. Well, this is my family's goddess thing. Evil is what I call it, but it's the only thing I have at home. It's Lyra.
Would I have heard of?
Make a history check.
Why is it not doing it tonight? 7. I have not heard of this Lyra, actually. It's we didn't really learn that much about other gods at the temple. It was mostly just Bane good, Cyric bad, and that was most of it.
That's fair. I mean, mine was the same, except, you probably can tell my head was pushed in books, so I didn't get a choice.
I know how that feels.
Lyra is the goddess of illusions, goddess of being mischievous, goddess of loads of things. She has multiple names, but I wouldn't even call it a she. I don't know. I don't believe in that stuff anymore. I used to look up to it, my family, but it's just evil. My family used her power and her religion and twisted the words and twisted the way the life of others meant to them and called themselves purebloods and stuff. And yeah, it's just not a nice religion to be in. And I don't believe in Lyra anymore. I did, but all she brought to me was death and destruction and loss and pain, just constant pain. So in a way, I turned my back on all the gods. I don't trust any of them. But Lyra's the only one I've been introduced to. But it's the only thing I have in my family, so I tend to keep it close either way. I kind of damaged it for how long I've been around, so can't keep everything safe.
This sound tricky.
It's a hard one, yeah.
Family sound tricky. All I ever really knew was other acolytes and my matron, but I guess they were the closest thing I had to family. But
I mean, I'm technically an acolyte, but you could say I'm a rogue sort of acolyte. I don't know, but yeah, just curious on who you supported, because I hear about religion all the time, and I'm very intrigued by who you support. Oh.
Pause it a sec.
I'm so sorry, Discord just...
It's alright.
Just say your last sentence again for us, Miller.
It just completely quit.
What did I say?
You said you're just curious about who to follow.
Cool. Well, just curious on, different religions and stuff, and I saw it the other day, but obviously I probably understand he helps you a lot and with your powers and stuff, so whereas mine I use for books and materials, so yeah, and obviously you probably already know I'm not your average tiefling, so I just have horns.
But I honestly haven't known that many tieflings like myself, so...
Well, I'm not full tiefling, I'm half.
What is your other half?
I'm Elven in race.
Oh, that explains the old thing. I was thinking, how
I was
things like
born
that old?
quite
Very
a
confusing.
while ago, yeah. I live quite far away from here. I've been travelling a while. Yeah, my mum was a tiefling, my father was an elf, but, you know, due to age and stuff, it doesn't always work out the way you plan. So I never met my mum. But I got told she was very beautiful. To be fair, don't take offence, but you probably won't. She looks very much like you. She had
really
beautiful hair, and like the only thing different is that she had yellow eyes, and yeah, you look a lot like her. That's why I was a little bit in shock.
That makes sense. I was just like, hey, wow, you look like me. But if you look anything like your mother, I'm sure what they said was true.
Oh, thank you.
And if you are ever looking for God to follow, I put good word with you with Bane. He give people great power. He very good.
I'll take notes, but I tend not to mess with the gods anymore. But thank you
That is fair.
For your honesty. And she'll turn around and start going in bed, and again she leans over and her hair gets caught, and what you see this time, I'm going to say that you see what looks to be like a crystal embedded in her skin along her spine.
Hello,
and she'll get into bed.
It looked like you have something stuck. You okay? Do you want me to get that out for you? Did it happen in cave?
I'm fine, and she'll just lay down and just tuck herself to sleep.
Okay, sweet dreams. Don't let the gods bite.
Salvation, make a.
I love that.
Make a.
Salvation's gonna what?
Make an intelligence check for it.
Don't let the gods bite.
Smart.
Smart. 11.
Noted.
Not smart.
Noted. Yeah, that's fine.
So,
and then Salvation's just going to meditate for a bit and probably pray for a little while before also turning into bed.
Fantastic. So as another cold but adventurous day comes to an end, and
wait, do I manage to get there?
this comes to an end, we GTA zoom out of the scene with Sal and Willow and zoom back into Sentry. What are you up to?
Well, I suppose after a little while, then I'll get back in, start heading up the stairs, and head to Willow's room, the only one that I know.
Okay. Do you knock on, or do you just walk in?
Yeah, no.
Okay. So both of you, Sal and Willow, here at the door. You hear
Salvation will get the door because she's probably closer, and I would say she might not actually be like asleep yet.
Okay.
Hello? Oh, Sentry. What? Are you okay? It is late.
I'll take the large sack off the rope that I bound.
Yeah.
With all the gems in.
Yeah.
Can you look after these? I need to go and get more.
Okay, I will look after them for you, but is it a good idea to go to mine at night by self? That seemed like very, no offense, but stupid idea. Was going to say bad idea, but no, stupid idea. Again, no offense.
Still just sitting there, not taking any offense, just stood plain-faced. The objective that I need to complete is a rather costly one. The mines will be fine. I'll be here come morning.
Goodbye.
Okay, but Sentry at night time. You
Turn and
you
leave.
want to be careful, you know.
Immediately when When he leaves, Apollo will follow and stay with him for the night to make sure he's safe.
Okay, yeah. So as you
You
leave,
jump on his shoulder.
as you leave the room, you feel a slight sensation crawling up your back, and you hear a purring and a pommeling on the top of your shoulder.
That's fine. I'll just let Apollo stay.
Cool.
How do you think we tell the others in the morning, Willow, that Sentry went to mine and died?
I'm sure they won't mind. I mean, to be fair, he pulled someone out of a fucking window, so I don't think he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, this is true. He may be big metal man, but I still would not be caught walking out there at night by myself. But hopefully he survived.
I don't know about you, but I'm not the kind of person that wants to try and stop him. Windows aren't for me, so I think I'm gonna turn to bed, and if someone wants to deal with it, that's absolutely fine.
Fair point. I need sleep more than I want to keep him alive.
Okay. So,
I'll turn in a bit.
are you making any exceptions for the cold for the cat that you now carry?
So I'll head out into the
Kills my cat.
upstairs portion of the inn, and I'll go to door after door, and knock on it and go, Jackal, are you in here?
So
Wait. And...
you try a few doors, and you're not sure where Jackal is, and there's about 14 bedrooms in this. And you knock on one, and you go. A minute passes. Nothing. Next one down. You hear it. You go. You hear a.
What's going on over there?
You open the door and you go.
Whoa. And who might you be?
Sentry, who are you?
You knock on my door and you're asking who I am.
You don't look like Jackal.
Who the hell is Jackal? Shuts the door.
And I'll walk away. Yeah. Knock on next.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Can I open the door?
Nothing. Nothing. Yeah, 10 minutes pass.
Oh no, I'm not waiting for 10 minutes. Right,
No,
so
a minute passes. You knock on. Yeah. Nothing.
He's patient, but not that patient.
It will take you roughly 10 minutes to find his room in
That's fine.
this instance. And you do knock on the door, but I will say the way you're going round, roll. Well, I'll do it. On a 1, you knock on Sayer's door, and a 2, you knock on Jackal's door.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hey.
So you knock on the door. Jackal, I mean, are you mid meditation or are you asleep?
What time is it?
At this point, probably reaching on to about 6, half 6.
Mid meditation.
Okay.
So if I hear a knock,
Jackal, are you in here?
I'm going to use my silent speech ability, being a ghostwise halfling, and Sentry, in your head you're going to hear, Sentry, the hour is late. I thought you'd be resting by now.
I don't need rest. Can I borrow your lantern? I know it doesn't go out in the wind.
You start to hear wood creaking from Jackal's room. Jackal's going to proceed. He's not going to put on his armor, but he's going to put his hood back up and his mask over his face. You're going to hear a bit more clattering as then Jackal's door opens. Why do you need my lantern?
Yeah, I told you down in the bar I need to go and mine more. I need more gold for the objective.
Now, if you didn't tell me your cause a few days back, I'd be very dubious of this. The mines are a very dangerous place, but your cause is noble, and you've shown that you're able to protect yourself, but just don't do anything too silly, as I hand you the lantern. Good night, Sentry.
Good night. I've got Apollo with me, by the way. Turn.
Put a lantern in your inventory, Sentry, and take one out of your inventory. Jack.
Yep.
And with that, I'll head towards the mine. If I've got the as I got Apollo on me, I will get no, I'll go lean over to the bar. Vernon, do you have any scarves or shawls? I'm not sure if this cat gets cold.
Well, last time I saw that cat, it was fine outside. But here, take this,
And he throws you a woolen blanket.
Nice. And I'll take it and put it just over me, so it's a little woolen blanket mainly around the cat. Thank you, Vernon. I'll be back come morning.
Yeah, and as you're downstairs, you can see now that everyone's pretty much cleared out, either gone upstairs to their rooms or the odd few patrons are still drinking. A lot less lively than it was. Vernon's just chatting up some person in the corner.
Yep. And I'll just head straight out.
Yep. You head straight out, you open the door and shut the door. Blustering winds start again. Yeah.
Is it back to a blizzard or not blizzard?
It's still very windy, but the from what you can tell, it is pitch black. But obviously there are still lights lit daintily with in the houses.
That's fine, not blizzard though. So yep, I'll just head out and toward with the lantern lit, following the markers towards, and just as I'm heading off out of the town. Come on, Apollo, we've got work to do.
Okay.
Make my way to the mine.
Make a wisdom check, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the 13, I would say that's just on the DC. You managed to walk back towards, obviously, the familiar town hall, and by the hall is a kind of snow-covered sign, but you kind of dust it off and you realise that this is the sign that says to the mine, and you follow that direction. Make a final wisdom saving throw, please.
Yeah, the exact same.
Okay, with a 10. I would say you do find it with the matching wisdom saves, but it will take you probably an extra half an hour to 45 minutes on your journey as you turn around, and you may have gone, oh, actually I can't really see. Yeah, it's maybe that way. No, it's definitely that way. And you kind of go around in a circle for a minute, and you make your way to the mine.
Yeah. So it's a half hour. So about getting on 7ish.
I would say so. Probably just after. Yeah.
Neat. Yeah, I'll get there, pick up the pickaxe that I had used before, and go down to one of the unmined geode areas.
So as you're walking down that familiar snow-covered path where you ran up and heard the battle that was taking place within Termly, make a perception check with disadvantage because you're in the snow and the dark, and you don't have night vision.
I am concerned.
22. You walk past the. I mean, now the snow has covered up your tracks and any tracks that you've left, but you remember where the body was found and laid to rest and left. In which you look down with your lantern, and you can still see some of the blood stains that are trailing off into the wood, and you look to the right and you think, actually, yeah, that's where, and there's another body there, and that's where that person got killed by Hammond. But then you look to the left, and it's almost like there's drag marks quite deep within the snow.
Of the woman's or the bandit?
The red-leathered Targos militia is still there.
Yeah.
The woman has gone.
Okay. Is it heading towards them? I don't know.
It's basically heading towards the opposite side of the forest. So you've got forest, path, forest. And you're walking down this path towards the mine. It's gone off towards the opposite side, where Hammond made his appearance.
Fucking knew it.
I will stray a very short distance. If it seems like it goes on for a long ways, then I might turn back. But I'll start heading in that direction to follow the drag then.
Okay. Interesting. Make an investigation check.
Knew I should have slit a throat, and I thought you guys were hinting at me to not, so I didn't.
With an investigation, you see the wind's actually really picking up and has been for the last few minutes. And ever since you went and did your business within the town and come back, the markings are faint, and you just about saw them with the perception. But following them, you follow them about 10-20 feet into the trees, and then they disappear.
That's fine. Looking from where the trees are, I can't see anything within. It's just forest, is it?
With the perception, yeah, it's just forest.
I'll head back then and follow the path, continue into the mine.
Yep. You make your way down that familiar path, and you see the entrance with the broken sign now. One of these, the sign that says kobolds only, but the kobolds has fell off and it's now just says only.
Yep.
You make your way down the spiral staircase, lantern in hand. Wind starts to kind of alleviate, and the noise pretty much stops. And you find yourself in a very familiar cavern.
And I'll now would be the point where I then go and pick up the familiar pickaxe I had beforehand, and I'll start to go to work on a geoded area. If we got all the geodes from that previous spot that we were at, then obviously won't go back there. But if there's another place that we'd have seen, then I'll head to there.
The closest mining area was the third floor down, where you found earlier, where you spent most of the time getting the geodes. Yep. Make a investigation check. See if you can find Are you looking for a bag or anything to put the gems in? Because you currently haven't got anything.
Yeah, I'll look for a bag then. Yeah.
Okay. Or you can see if you can find something. Yeah, make an investigation check, please.
Yep.
With a 10, you rummage through the first area with the table and the kind of, you would assume, eating or resting area where the miners were, and the few rested pickaxes where they were abandoned, and you kind of dig around and search for a bit of canvas, and you kind of like not having much luck. Nothing here. You move on more towards the rickety bridge that the kobolds were soaring. Make a dexterity check for me.
Check, yeah.
Yep. As you walk past the first few slates of wooden bridge, you put your heavy footsteps on, and you hear it. And you feel something shift underneath you on one of your feet. Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Yeah, I got advantage.
With a 20 is fine, yeah. Your foot goes through into the very familiar abyss that is the Underdark, but then you grab onto the side and latch yourself up, saving yourself from peril.
Yep.
You manage to adjust yourself and find the other slat that you broken on the way out, and you'll make your way towards the bucket lift.
Yep. And did you say I found something or no?
Nothing yet.
That's fine. I'll take the blanket off, and I will use that for carrying the geodes there, and head across the bucket and begin my work.
Okay, so you use the bucket lift. You go down to the second floor, finding where you battled the Grell, making your way around past the Kobold Kebab, and then down to the third floor, in which you find the other bucket shuttle, in which you make your way over no problem and start mining.
And pop the lantern down, just so it lights up this area, and just work all the way through till, since don't need sleep, all the way through till the period where I'd imagine it was like how long, sorry, before the journey, sorry, between here and the town?
45 minutes.
Cool. So I'll go until there's like 55 minutes or an hour, pretty much, till I'd expect that everyone would start waking up.
Okay, so that's about 7
Do you not
or 8.
need to? Do you not need to rest to get like slots back and stuff?
I don't have any spells. I'm a basic boy. I get everything back on short rest, baby.
Never mind then.
Yeah, so you obviously with your Warforge physique, you don't need rest, so you get your mining pickaxe that you obviously had last time, and you make your way to the geodes and you start chipping into the geodes, yeah? And you'd like to do it until the long rest for the others is over, which is going to be about 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah, and I'll just say, Apollo, you come down here, and I'll take Apollo down, stroke Apollo. Just keep an eye out, and I'll just get to work.
Okay, cool.
Apollo's going to annoyingly sit there and just keep meowing at him. Keep meowing. But sort of the meow that go, you know, like the cats that go, hello,
It's a
sort of thing.
meow.
Like they're trying to say hello. And then, yeah, like hello, just keep meowing and being annoying, because that's what I told him to do.
Brilliant.
And then just sit on his shoulder and keep an eye out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And be annoying and keep nuzzling him, because that's what cats do.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yep.
Meow.
So, the remainder of your night you use to
Doing a Bella.
chisel and mine these gems, or whatever you can find. Bear in mind, last time, I will let you know, you did take a majority of the worthful gems. So
Yep.
you are now picking up whatever you can find. But
Yep.
we'll see what happens. Eventually, sleep falls and finds most of you, if not all of you, after either a short meditation or rest. No matter how
Oh no!
your...
I'm gonna edit that out.
What's that?
Look dabbed.
At me, yeah.
And for most of you, you dream about the battle won and the victory that's laid upon you, and the possibility of a, I would say, happier ending, but for some, it drives a little bit deeper. And it suddenly turns and morphs from a very happy picture to...
What is happening?
Chloe's got ghosts.
I'm sorry.
So sorry.
You're doing this motion while her lights are freaking the fuck out.
I don't know what's happening!
Oh my god. Scav's gonna die, you guys. IRL. Oh my god. Tonight, Friday 13th is not the night to get ghosts.
I don't understand!
I am very sorry. We interrupt this stream to bring you a mild haunting. We will resume very soon.
Jackal,
Oh my god.
What's that
I'm
smell?
changing the plug.
Jackal, are you there?
I am here.
You close your eyes for a night's rest, in
I
which
think it's okay.
brings you to and from happy dreams to sad dreams to happy dreams to sad dreams, in which bringing back familiar memories and flashing like lightning and crashes of different memories just pinging backwards and forwards. You find yourself on the floor of this stoned area, with looking up and above you is the rain pouring down on your face. Thunder and lightning crash into the ground, and it immediately wakes you. You sit up, and you find yourself in a very familiar burning town with burning buildings and people fighting and soldiers and militia. And you see this figure drop to the ground, arms spread out, blood coming from the neck, eyes wide open, as you're turning round and you find you're in the middle of this battle. What do you do?
Oh shit. Fuck, right. I shall draw my swords and look around to see if I can tell exactly what's going on, who seems to be like an enemy, who seems to be like in need of help.
Make a perception check.
Oh shit. 15.
15. With a 15, you hear from the distance clashing and clanging of shields and weapons and armor and crossbow bolts being fired. Death everywhere. But in the distance, you hear a slight scream. A "Oh, help me! Help me!"
I will sprint over like as fast as a little halfling can over in that direction.
You run over. The ground becomes harder to run on. It becomes almost like you're running but not running. The ground itself slips underneath your feet until you fall over again, and in front of you is a very familiar face of your sister. She looks straight at you in your eyes. Her eyes roll back into the back of her head as a dagger is placed in between her neck. Blood falls from the neck and falls onto the ground with blood spilling everywhere. The body goes silent. What do you do?
Oh, fuck, right. So the body's fallen to the ground. Do I see what just put a dagger in her?
Yeah. A militia wearing a familiar coat of the Targos emblem, looking straight at you, waiting for his next blow, about to pull back the sword for the final blow on you. What do you
Fuck. I'm gonna literally, as quickly, as angrily as I can, probably tears literally running down Jackal's face, down his mask, will strike at this figure.
do? Before you can reach your blade and place it through the chest of this figure, another sword comes down at you, but before it can hit you, it evaporates and turns into dust. And you find yourself morph and warp and fast forward and belch into this building that is set alight on fire, and you find yourself in another building. And again you hear screams from upstairs and banging and creaking. And you hear this very familiar voice making an intelligence check.
Fuck.
A familiar voice making an intelligence.
That is a 5.
That's fine. With a 5, I just wanted to make you roll. It is the sound of your mother. She is burning alive. The sound upstairs. She is in trouble. She runs down the stairs, also being followed by the familiar screams and battle axes. Runs straight outside, as then all goes silent. Suddenly the roof is ripped off. A giant mangles the roof and rips it off its hinges. This frost giant stands at least 10 foot tall, with its huge hands grabbing the top of this roof, still on flames, with the other hand a great club, and starts batting away other figures in front of you. You dodge, you move out the way as it tries to get you, and then it goes in for that last blow. It knows it's going to find its mark. It knows it's going to hit its target. You then move out the way, and then suddenly you see a figure grab onto this arm and tug it, and with ferocious intensity you see these two blurred figures, one giant and another thing, just rashing around each other, throwing each other to the ground. You hear moans, you hear the sound of fear, the sound of anger, the sound of a beast. Your body is immobilized, you cannot move. You feel weak. You can't move your arms, you can't move your legs. They do not work. Again, you hear that rumbling coming from the distance. Poof, 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 poof. Goes down for the second swing, tries again. Again, this thing grabs onto its arm, throwing and growling and gnawing, coming from the distance. They toss and turn again, throw each other on the ground. You hear the sound of breaking trees, impacting the ground. Another silence. The similar steps to you heard. You feel this intense power over you, but this time it is not an enemy. This time it has 4 legs and it is powering over you and protecting you. And you feel a majestic, beautiful cat standing above you, fangs drawn, and you suddenly feel at peace. The silence kicks in once more. Suddenly, beneath this figure, you see past it, this burning light comes down from you, brighter and brighter until you can't take it. The intensity is burning your retinas. It goes warmer and warmer, the sun, you can't take it, you feel like you're going to burn up. The cat once again looks at you, stands up, looks into the distance. You hear the most mightiest roar. Then you wake up. What do you do?
If I had a face cam. Oh no.
Fucking
Just
hell.
that was a journey.
Bruh. Fuck. Jesus Christ.
In this dream, Jamie.
You find yourself awake in your bed. You look down, your body's still there. What'd you do?
Okay, Jackal's gonna immediately sort of pounce up. I'd imagine tears running down his face from seeing his mother and his sister again. Immediately gonna sprint over to his sword, draw it out straight away, just looking around the room to see if he's actually in reality at this point, not knowing whether it's a dream, whether it's not a dream. I'm just gonna analyze the situation, see if I'm actually where I am right now, and like really sort of panicky, harsh breathing going on.
You wake up, you grab your sword, you run to your door, you try and take this aspect of reality and you're moving around. You turn around to find something breathing faster and with this reassuring pant of you find a beautiful, majestic cat standing 5-6 foot tall, resting on your bed.
Oh my god! Fucking hell!
Sorry, a 6 foot tall cat. What is
Long.
going on? Oh, long. Wait.
Yeah, there you go.
It's just like fucking.
I mean,
It rolls off the bed, walking up and down, and it sees you and you're stunned in silence. It eyes you up, it paces you left and right as it sits in front of you and bows its head in acknowledgement.
Jackal is gonna immediately just the sword. He's like shaking at this point. Like Jackal has never ever been this nervous and afraid since the situation happened with his family. Sword just drops out of his hand. His hand's shaking. He looks at them, backs against the wall, heavy breathing. You, what are you? You were in my. I've seen your face. As I'm gonna start to slow my breathing, try and compose myself, I'm just gonna look in the eyes of this beast. What are you?
It kind of just gives you a stare out, and as you're looking into the eyes, you can feel the reassurance take in.
that this beast is there to help and aid you. It is not here to harm you.
I'm gonna very carefully, my right hand drawn out, palm open, as I slowly step towards the creature. Slowly stepping towards it as I'm gonna try and put one hand, like, between its eyes, on its head, try and touch it.
Yep, it leans into the embrace.
I will begin to start slowly scratching it as my breathing begins to slow again, calm down. I don't understand. What is your purpose? Can you understand me?
It gives you a reassuring nod.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You saved me from that nightmare I was having. Are you here to aid me?
Again, reassuring nod.
Wow. You are beautiful. Do I recognize this creature? Or have I seen, read, heard anything about this type of creature that stands before me?
Right now you're in shock. You do not know.
Well, you sure are something. I'm gonna begin to inspect it, see if it has some kind of collar or something.
Yeah, make
Any kind of name tag or something.
Make an investigation check.
Investigation. Oh, Jesus. Makes sense. Shock is too much. I got a nat 1 with a -1 intelligence to make a 0.
From what you can gather, and from the intensity and the shock of the situation, because of narrative, you are way too embeveled in this beauty of this beast, and it is so majestic that it towers over you in comparison, and it almost looks at you with the reassurance of, I'm here to help, I'm here to save you.
Well, you came to me in my dreams, and you brought me comfort for the loss of my family, for the loss of my sister. Maybe I should name you as such. Hugh. I think I will name you after my lost sister. I will call you Athena. If you're here to stay, then will you do me the honor in responding to that name as such, Athena.
Again, reassuring bow, and in this time it is a majestic bow with one paw out and raises back up.
Well, and Jackal will just give the thing like almost a giant hug as he, begins to break down, and just he's gonna like really try and bond with the creature
Absolutely.
that lays in front of him.
I would like you to drag your animal companion onto the map.
Oh my fucking god, bro!
That was so cool.
God.
I'm so confused.
Jesus.
Plan this shit.
He's a ranger.
It must be a ranger.
He gets an animal body.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
boy.
Okay.
An animal body that could eat him in one bite.
Oh my god.
Literally.
You guys watched my face for the entirety of that. I was just.
Most people's
I
animal
think my face trimmed.
about just to the knee hip height. Jamie's animal buddy. Feet.
I'm going to be standing on its hind leg.
Yeah, I'm looking at the animal companion like
Able
Luke
to
looks at
ride
his
him.
TV.
Huh?
Just looking up at it.
Might be, yeah, you might be able to ride them.
Yeah, just like me, Jam. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you all find your way through the night. Some very distant dreams, some very uncomfortable dreams, some very weird dreams. But the day takes you, or what you think is the day, as the dusk of dim light rises once again in the sky of Icewind Dale.
I'm back in the tavern now, am I?
Before you get back to the tavern, I would also like you to make a secondary dexterity save, please.
Yeah.
As you've done nothing about this bridge.
I was gonna say, if the bridge in of itself, I'd imagine there's some timber here and there, is there?
Better not kill my cat.
The timber that you remembered there was on the 3rd floor, right by where you found the cobalt with the wings. There was some supplies down there.
Cool. I'll go and grab some of them, break some boughs if I need to, and yeah, I will go and construct the bridge as that.
Okay.
That is.
That will eat up roughly about 2 hours of your time into mining, if you're going to do that.
Oh shit! What? Roughly lay some wood down.
Yeah. To source the wood and find something to secure it in place, go up to the 3rd floor, back down, up and down again.
Trees.
It's a long time.
Yeah, that's fine then.
Okay. So, you roughly have
It's full through this place.
you roughly have 5 hours of mining.
Yep.
So I would like you to first figure out how you're going to bring those ored minerals back.
Yep, the blanket.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you wrap them up in the blanket. You use it as a pouch. Now, Apollo is now sitting on your shoulder without a blanket, just so you know.
I'll put her in the blanket. And it will fucking out.
Oh, okay. That's nice. So you walk across the bridge with your materials and the found wood and some nails, and a hammer isn't hard to find. You start constructing the bridge, but it takes a few turns trying to find the right pieces of wood, and some of them are splintered, some of them are rotten. But you manage to find it, and you successfully have 50 gold's worth of geodes in your inventory.
Lovely. Yep.
And how much do they dump in our room?
2 bags, 100 gold piece each.
Okay.
Got the house.
They will
not
have to
clearing
be.
it.
They will have to be refined, polished, and cleaned before they are worth anything. But that's from your guesstimate.
We have almost got money.
We've almost got the money.
You've got to.
It's a lot
And,
of money.
I'll begin heading back.
That's fine.
and, yeah. I'm
As you
keeping an eye out along that main route where I saw the
body.
drag mat. Yep.
Yeah, so as you make your way back through the one-way path that leads to the cave, to the town, you can see that daylight has breached, and you now can see that you are looking at dim light instead of nighttime, and obviously you can assume it is now morning. You walk past the familiar path, and going past the bit where you saw the tracks have now been fully covered due to the either flurries of snow in the night and the wind. And to the left, where you would now see the body of the guy who was taken down by Hammond, has also disappeared, and
Cool.
it has also have drag marks to the left-hand side of it.
Oh, so there's drag mark less of his.
There's drag marks to the same side, so it goes to the other side.
I will take note and quickly hurry back to the tavern in that case.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, you find your way back to the town of Termley, no problem now, because you've got dim light. Walking through the familiar towns and the broken buildings, and seeing where the residents have put their fires out. You can still see some of the residents out now, rebuilding and repatching. And you can hear some woodwork being clanked and nails being hammered in, and you can expect that they're starting the rebuild process a day after.
Cool.
Make your way back to the familiar blue clam. swing open the door. Vernon is there. It's almost like he doesn't sleep. And he kind of opens his hand and palm, waves open to you, and says,
Did you find what you're looking for?
Yes, and more for the task at hand. The mine as well. You can tell the miners the pathway is safe once again for them to continue their work down in the mines.
Yes.
Have any of the others awoken yet?
I believe they're still asleep, friend. I haven't heard anything just yet.
have you guys gone downstairs?
You hear a poof upstairs with me rolling out of my bed and falling on the.
I was going to say, as Sentry comes back, that is when you guys wake up.
Okay. Wait.
Goddamn.
And we have had a long rest, yes?
You have had a long rest. Yes.
Yay.
But, you know.
Yep. Make my way down.
Down the stairs.
That's been happening in my head anytime anyone's said
Making my way, and it's just gonna instantly be.
Every single time. Glad it's not just me.
So will you all make your way back down to the centre of the tavern, to the main room?
Yeah.
Yay.
When you're walking down, you can smell the lush breakfast of cooked rabbit stew in the morning. It's Vernon's favourite. He always puts it on at this time. And as you come down the stairs, who comes down the stairs first? Who's first down?
I'll probably be the last one down.
Okay.
Yeah, I can go first.
Okay. Sayre, as you walk down the stairs, and especially after the night that you saw before, he kind of gives you this kind of like unreassuring look of like eyebrow raised and going,
I didn't throw up. Come on.
How do you feel, little man?
Oh, just groggy. I'm fine. My voice is kind of like sore.
Yeah. He kind of like laughs it off and goes,
Here, I got my speciality. Cost you a few silver, but it'll take the edge away.
What is it that he's giving me? Is it the rabbit?
It is a beautifully smelling rabbit stew, which smells absolutely divine from a few knocks of drinking. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I guess I'll move myself back down there then.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. How much do you need?
For this, 4 silver, please.
I'll hand him the 4 silver.
Thank you kindly. So, word of the town is that, Mashu has put you up in residence in this place, is that right?
Yes, that's right. He gave us once we build a new house, we can stay here.
Well, you gotta build a new house. I suppose that's good for the community. I suppose it's good for spirit.
Indeed.
Well, I hope
Sorry, no, go on.
Hope you find your place and hope you get it rebuilt. I'm sure I'd help you out, but I got this place to run.
Oh no, you do your own thing, man. And I just kind of like dig in because obviously, you know, Sayer's not very mannered with food. He's just.
You're enjoying that, are you, friend?
Well, look, I was like food like in my mouth, like.
There's definitely more where that came from. I can get you another bowl if you wish. Go get you another bowl. That'll be a few silver. Same again, please.
Okay, I'll give him. What was it? It was 4 silver again,
4
wasn't
silver.
it? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I hand him over the 4 silver then.
Takes it over, passes you another bowl, takes the other one back.
Cool. I won't be spending it.
Emerges the other or the rest of the party. So who's next?
I'll be last.
You'll be last. Who's next?
I'd imagine I'll probably be last, having a disturbed night. I would need more sleep.
I would say
I was
that,
taking the last in.
I would say that realistically, I would class it as a what's it called? A cut scene rather than a
Scene.
disturbed sleep. Yeah.
Who's next then?
Oh.
Next.
Cub down with salvation.
Okay.
We'll both go down
So
together.
Sal and Willow.
Oh, okay.
Brilliant.
And I'm like yawning, tired.
DM, am I hungover?
Your head is very sore. Like,
Okay.
To the point of, like, you know where you genuinely just want to shove it in. In fact, you think the best thing for your head right now is the snow.
Just like putting it in there.
Bugs Bunny style.
I know that feeling.
Yes.
Well, question, because of my race and adaptation to the cold, would my body be cold? Just out of question.
Make a perception check.
Because what, for my own body? Okay.
What exactly?
Just
with the high
wondering,
DC,
would
it's
I
gonna be
be
high, but-
cold? I don't know.
All of a sudden, Salvation just fucking headbutts you like, I'm just gonna go for it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Think.
That helped.
I was hoping you were all higher. Yes.
Well, okay, I'll put my hand on her forehead and go, is this cold?
You put your hand on. Willow puts her hand on your forehead, and it's almost like an icy touch.
Pretty cold. That's quite nice, actually. But could you just talk just a little quieter? Could we put the lanterns out in here or something? It's very bright.
I will use my control flames to dim the lantern.
Vernon will look over and purposely go, "Oh, there she is!" Really loud.
Good morning. It is very, very noisy.
Oh, I can say that again. I'm the noisiest person in here.
Yes, I hear that. That is. Oh, do you have anything for my head? I have never felt anything like this before.
Sorry, can you
I
speak
might-
up? You're a bit quiet.
No. Do you have anything for my head? Oh, Willow, am I dying?
Still not getting it.
No, she's fine. Can you just get her some drink that's non-alcoholic and make them to
You
eat?
said you want an alcoholic drink. I can get you one of them. No.
Non-alcoholic. Never mind. Just some of your food.
Oh, the rabbit stew. Yeah, it's my speciality. I suppose you haven't smelled it this morning.
And
It smells good.
you walk down and you see Say with food in his hair. Like, it's just, it's everywhere. Like,
Stuck his face in the bowl.
yeah.
Say, make sure that you eat up quickly. Whenever Jackal comes down, we've got interesting matters to attend to. The two bodies in the forest have moved or dragged.
I think they could stay where they are until my head feels better. Tell them to not move much more. Oh gosh.
I'm just gonna keep my my hand on her head and wait for the bowl of food and just go, well, it was probably taken by wolves or something, you know, it's just the way nature is. They probably got dragged by a pair of wolves and it's a bit of a dinner, so I don't think we have much to worry about.
I butt in like, wolves don't drag, they just eat them there.
Well, something else then, I don't know. I'm not an animal expert.
The other gems, where are they?
They're in the room if you want to go and get them. I'm too weak to pick them up.
Oh.
I've literally got no meat on my bones, as you can probably tell.
That is
Hell.
so true. In every
I'll
way.
trade. I'll take Apollo out and hand Apollo back, stroke and around you, and
I am literally a stick for a dog to fetch, so
All you hear from Salvation is just.
it's
That's it.
okay.
I'll head upstairs and go and get the other bags of gems.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just waiting for Sentry to eventually like Lenny the cat accidentally.
No.
Well, the funny thing is, if they went down to the
Yeah,
Underdark,
where is Apollo now?
if they went to the Underdark, oh, it's still attached to the bag.
Okay, cool.
That's got the gems in it. He's just poking his head out.
I'll get him to pop out.
The funny thing is that if Sentry was to go into the Underdark, so would Apollo.
It's fine though, because Apollo would respawn.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, wouldn't he
That's why it
just
was
like?
funny.
Or will
Sentry
he?
wouldn't though.
Nope.
Yeah, I could have
That's
put
what's not funny.
Sentry back. Just put some
Apollo
Apollo
would
back.
be
Where's Sentry?
literally,
See me look-
what do you call it? Post-traumatic stress disorder, seeing Sentry die, and then come back.
Nah, Sentry OG and catch me.
Anyway,
I admire the confidence.
Ends up dragging him back with the claws, like.
Hey man, I've got a mission to do. But yeah, I'll go upstairs, get the bag,
Yep.
and either meet Jackal up there, or if he's not out, then head back downstairs.
okay. Jackal, are you right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, how you
I'm
feeling?
gonna wake up,
Okay.
rub my head, rub my eyes. Is the beast still there?
Absolutely. It's curled up by the end of your bed.
Well, so you really weren't a dream, Athena. You really are real. Well, if you're here for the long run, then I suppose I'll better introduce you to my companions. How does that sound?
Kind of gives you like a rub, like a kitty rub.
Let me test something quick. I'm gonna test something which would be down to DM discretion.
Okay.
My silent speech. Can I put it in chat? No, I can't put it in
You
chat.
can put it in your
So-
GM speak to me on Roll20 if you want.
Oh, there you go. There you go. It works. So you can telepathically speak to any creature 30 feet of you. The creature understands you only if you two share a language. Now, of course, animals don't speak common, but it does understand parts of like almost broken common, understand sort of simple commands. So, could I speak to it with silent speech, or could I not?
You can, but simple commands, yeah.
Fucking fantastic. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna test this. I'm gonna speak to it in silent speech and say, "Can you understand me? Can you hear me?"
Gives a gentle nod.
I have an idea for you, Athena. Now I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna leave the door slightly ajar. And when I give you the command, I want you to come down the stairs and sit by my side.
Fantastic.
Simple command.
Kind of like, yeah, the reassuring nod and the rub. Yeah.
Very simple.
Yeah, come and sit. Fantastic.
Follow and sit isn't hard.
Yeah.
No, it's the long.
Oh yeah, long before
Yeah.
it.
was sick. Yeah.
Well, I might not understand that, but that's Jackal Waffle.
Stay.
Right. Well, wait for the command. I'll be calling for you in a minute. As I'm gonna then pick up my swords, pick up my bow, open the door, leave it slightly ajar so that it's able to get out, like use its nose to nudge itself out, but not open enough where people walk by and see a giant fucking cat in there.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna head downstairs.
Okay, make an animal handling check, please.
12.
Okay, yeah. Make your way downstairs, if you wish.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I'll put you on the thing. There you
There you go.
Going downstairs is hard.
So you make your way downstairs. At this point, I would assume that Sal and Willow have made their way towards the bar.
Probably.
Gingerly.
And
I'm just like, yeah, helping her along.
you see a oddly, stoutly happy and positively looking Jackal kind of wimmy his way down the stairs.
Here, Jackal, the lantern. Thank you very much for giving me that help during the night.
Morning, Jackal.
We've got work to do. There's the two bodies in the forest. They've been dragged away. I'm gonna go and get these gems sorted so that they're not a problem for us to carry.
Right, well, I mean, first of all, morning to everyone else. In Century, I'm glad to see that you're back here alive and well. Before you go off, though, do you mind if you all come sit around the table? I've got a bit of an announcement. It's just sit down. Maybe it's best if I show you rather than tell you.
I'm
So
still
do
hearing all of this, by the way. I'm just like,
Since you give me the command to sit down, I'm gonna try and sit in a chair.
Okay. Go and...
Pounds.
I'm gonna move over to my normal table.
I can't roll for a chair. I wish I could.
Roll for chair.
Hey.
Still a chair.
Does it stay up?
Are
Does
you
it
going?
not?
Are you sitting down?
He said we need to sit to hear it, so it's a true sit.
Okay. You sit down on the chair. Your behind hits the bottom of the chair, and you hear it. Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
No, it's fine. I'll just to the floor.
Okay. Yeah. You fall on the floor. You take 17 bludgeoning damage. No joke. Yeah.
Oh my god, this is another like critical roll thing. The chair, please don't. Oh.
Everyone turns around. The patrons that are looking at you for the early morning shift, or the fishermen getting ready, and you see Vernon not in a happy state. Just peers. His eye just snaps over to you like.
I'm just still down. I mean, if I was like that when I was on the chair, I'm now just like that.
He kind of looks at you and goes,
You gotta
You
clean
saying
that
Jack-
up, aren't you?
Still just sat waiting for Jackal.
That's it, man.
Once everyone's sat down,
I've
you'll
brung my
see.
I'm guessing you're around this table here, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
can-
Apollo's on the table,
Thanks.
like on his back, just putting his balls up. Being cute as ever.
Everyone will see Jackal's eyes suddenly flash even more white than what they normally do for a brief second. And during that, I will use my silent speech to communicate to Athena to say, come.
Oh, by the way, Fraser, if we can't see the thing on the stream.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay. I was just. Okay.
And then like 5 seconds after, I will like just point my head towards the stairs as if to get everyone to look there.
Okay. So you do your incantation. You wait 30 seconds. Another 10 seconds. You kind of think, should be down by now.
If nothing seems to be happening, I will say, hold on 1 minute. As I'm gonna get up and go check on her.
As soon as you pull your chair back, you hear. And everybody, what you see before you. I love making you get up. I mean, you just missed that. We just passed the animal handling, so you're lucky you came down at all.
Yay!
Can everybody check their journals, please? And have a look at the new handout I've placed in there, which is labelled Cragcat.
Mm-hmm.
That is what you see, paw after paw, walking down the stairs in a majestic fashion. As it comes down the stairs, Vernon looks across and goes,
What in the hell?
and all,
I just like jump up from my seat. It's like, what's up with the fucking cat?
and all the patrons,
Philo, I'm definitely dying. I think I'm hallucinating. What is going on?
and all
Oh,
the
no, you're
patrons,
fine.
especially this guy here who is a hunter, goes, "That's a goddamn crag cat. That's a wild beast."
I'm immediately gonna stand up, draw my sword towards the hunter, and say, "No. She's a friend. Don't you touch her.
Wait,
Calm
did you say
down. Get back to your drink." Yep.
Okay, I'll draw my sword and
Whoa.
Vernon stands up
It's okay.
immediately as soon as the sword's drawn and goes, "Whoa.
What's going on here? There's a cat, there's swords. I mean, I've just offered you rabbit stew. I mean, what's going on?
Make that another rabbit stew, please. Please, Vernon.
Make a
it's all right.
persuasion check.
Situation's under control. With a 17.
Yeah, that's fine. He makes sure he goes to the kitchen and goes to grab a rabbit stew.
Now, I don't know how to explain this, but last night was a crazy night. I don't know what exactly happened, but this here beast came to me in my dreams, and for what I thought was just all a hallucination, ended up becoming a reality. And next thing I know, I got this here girl doing exactly as I say, almost as if to protect me. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to meet Athena.
So this cat is definitely real. Yes.
It's real, and as far as I can tell, she's friendly and obeys my commands. I mean, feel free to stroke her. She's so far given me no harm.
Hello, Kitty. Good Kitty.
And for you who probably have seen a few wild beasts before, I would say, Sentry, you're aware of this, especially Willow, and possibly Saya.
Yeah,
you would have seen cats like this before, but with tufts of fur missing and blood and eyes missing and just a mess. This cat looks pristine, polished, blue eyes gleaming. It walks with poise. It feels like something like you've never seen before.
I give it a little stroke, and Apollo's gonna go over to Athena, give a little sniff, and see if it's gonna be friendly to him.
Yeah. Does the little kitty sniff on the nose.
Good little kitty sniff.
And then rubs his face and his bum in tangent against the leg of the beast, and he just watches it as it does it.
Awesome. The cats like each other.
Now, I believe that, Willow, I've told you stories of what's previously happened to me, but I don't know how this cat came to be, but I believe that the spirit of my family lives inside this beast. It was almost as if they've sent this beast to help me, but I don't know. It just seems funny that I had a suspiciously related dream that night, and this cat seemed to protect me.
I don't know. How can that relate to this cat? You didn't have it when you got to bed.
That seems very weird.
That's I don't believe in like ghosts and that, bringing stuff alive, but that's really odd. I don't know.
All I can say is I'm thankful for whoever has blessed me with this beast to watch over me. God knows I need the reassurance.
Well, if it is your family and it is your sister, I'm sure they're watching over you, as Athena is. And I give him a little pat on the back, and just for a reassurance.
Thank you, Willow. I can always count on you.
Ghost Kitty, very cool.
To you, Sal, this is so mind-blagging, because you are hung, you have been shouted at, and now there's a cat. There were swords being drawn, in which the noise was just going in your head.
Sal is not doing so good.
Sal's not great. She might take psychic damage soon.
Oh my god, don't you dare!
I'm joking.
I have definitely taken psychic damage from
Vernon comes along with 4 or 5 different plateaus of rabbit stew and plonks them on the table each and goes,
That's 4 silver each for who's having one.
I I will chuck in 4 silver.
I have no silver, so just take this for the table. Or like for... Wait, how much did you say? 4 silver.
4 silver, yeah. There's 5 on the table.
I'll just slide across a
2
gold and say, I'll get mine and someone else's and a couple for you. He's fine.
Well, that's
More food!
And then just like... gingerly, slowly, just like...
I will stand up from the broken chair. As I'm still sat on the chair, so it's fine. Stand up.
Stuck in your arm.
Yeah. Play back, which folds back with the plates. Your friend is good, yes, and I'll go to stroke the new cat.
From what I can tell, she seems like a good girl.
That's when she just turns around and goes, meow.
That's where Sentry asks its name.
No.
What is your name?
Really debating
GG.
it, so it's fine.
So as you guys are mulling around the table admiring the new cat,
Say, if it's fine with me stroking it, then that would be when I'll say I'll go and get these gems sorted. They're a bit encumbering at the moment, and sling them over to go and try and find I suppose if it was a mining town, sorry Fraser, if it was a mining, then I'd know where I could take it to.
you would know of places that existed, but it was 400 years ago.
Fair.
I mean, businesses do move on.
Vernon, where can I exchange the mining gems?
Mining gems? What do you mean clean cut gems?
Yes.
You want them polished and cleaned, and is that what you want?
To be sold, yes.
Oh, you want to go talk to, what's his name?
I don't want to say it because it sounds too cliche. I'm not going to say it anyway because lol.
Say it.
You want to go?
Do it.
You want to go talk to Gaston across the road?
No.
Oh man, I'm singing Beauty and the Beast at the moment.
He is a
No singing the D word.
he is a feisty little gnome, but he'll get you what you want.
Thank you, Vernon. I'll meet you all back here shortly, and then we can investigate the rest. And I'll make my way to Gaston's.
Yep.
Now knowing his name.
Say again.
Now knowing his name.
Oh.
You and bloody names.
Hey man, it's been noted.
I wish
Name-
we streamed that episode. I really do.
Hey man.
So you guys mulling over the new cat and kind of deciding what you're going to do for the day. What is everybody else doing besides Sentry finding Gaston?
I'm stuffing my face still.
Okay. I would say you're obviously 2 bowls in. He's brought a third over. So are you through that one yet?
Yes, I've just finished up that one. I guess I'll finish it. I'll like let out a huge burp and then ask just like, right, what are we doing?
Well,
How's
I
salvation feeling?
guess
Salvation is
Sorry.
not okay.
I'll still have my
Ow!
hand on her head at this point. Just helping her
You
out.
assume it from a nat 1 last night. You assume it will take at least half an hour for you to feel a little bit alive.
You'll have to
In
walk.
that case, salvation will be deteriorating.
Okay. Hashtag a disadvantage on ability in tap rolls.
Well,
Dun-dun-dun.
I know that
R.I.P.
obviously, sorry, Sentry wants us to go and have a look at the bodies, but personally, I think we should go to Bryn Shander. I don't know what happened to the bodies, but if he's saying it got dragged away, I just possibly think it might be an animal or something. At the moment, it's not my main priority. I want to go to Bryn Shander because I got some business there anyway. So.
How far away is Bryn Shander? Do you know?
It's roughly 6 hours from here.
Well remembered. Inspiration point.
6 hours?
Yeah, about 6 hours from Tourmaline, so we got a bit of a journey to go, which is why I said, let's go in the morning.
I agree with Willow. The bodies could have been animals, could have been people, dragged them away in the cleanup. Literally, could have been anything. I believe Bryn Shander is a priority.
Our names are clear anyway. They don't think we did it, so we can just go off, you know? We don't have to go investigating. It's not our problem anymore, it's done. So we might as well carry on and get a bit more money for whatever's happening in Bryn Shander. But the only thing that I recommend is be careful, because they do human sacrifices there. So
Yeah, it's not like that's anything new to us, though, is it?
yeah,
Feel like
just
I've
make
been
sure
sacrificed.
You do.
I just give you a little pat on
In
your
fact,
back.
the sacrifice from Aureel would be less pain.
Oh,
I feel like I'm being punished.
It's fine. You got another 28 minutes. You'll be ready.
You'll be able to walk off. Classic drunk walk off where you're like, yeah.
So what
Also,
are you guys up to then, moving forward?
I will also let everyone know about the symbol I found, but basically like the rune or something embedded in the tiefling skin, making him fire immune. And I'll tell him about that. Tell him about that it's obviously dark magic, and it's something that obviously I wouldn't be able to actually relate to, so I have to do a bit more research.
Good to know.
Okay. Well,
So everyone would be aware about Sentry, but I'd fill him in once I see him.
I mean, if you ever learn how to replicate that, that would be a good idea. If you find one that can make me invulnerable to alcohol, that would be good too.
I mean, to be fair, there's spells out there that get rid of it like that, but I'm
Do you know any?
not...
Ow.
Would I know any spells that could get rid of, like, any sort of...
Get rid of a hangover.
Yeah, rid of a hangover, rid of a disease, alcoholism, or something.
You
I
would,
don't know.
because of your background and your past.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
I guess while they're doing that, can I...
Don't know what spells.
If you want to find
Jack-
out, make an Arcana check.
Oh, sorry.
Just saying
Awesome.
just saying you do know one, but I'm going to tell you what it is.
Arcana! Here we go! I done 2, sorry.
Okay, you
I got 9.
That's a 9. No. You do know one.
Oh.
You're like, oh, what is it? And you don't know.
I know a few, but let me read through my book later and maybe I'll come up with a solution for future examples so that you can drink whatever you want and still feel okay.
Maybe I just avoid whiskey after this. That'll be is fine. But thank you anyway. Carry on eating my soup.
Jackal, what did you talk to Vernon about? I never actually found out. I saw you just run away in the middle of the party.
Everybody wants to know something. Well, I'm gonna start putting my winter gear on. I'm gonna say,
Because I
I'm
don't
gonna-
know about the description, so I want Claire to know about it.
I'm gonna go try something quick with Athena. But you're more than welcome to join me, and I'll discuss it with you.
Oh, of course. I put on like my coat and my winter, all my stuff, and I follow him.
Cool.
Yep, winter gear, and I'm gonna head out.
Amazing. So you
Right.
see Jackal leave with Athena on tail, and Saya walks out with the
Yes.
coat and furry boots.
Yep.
And then when outside, I'm going to try and mount Athena and do some like basic circles, looping, and that whilst riding her.
Okay, cool. Make an animal handling check with disadvantage.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh!
Bless. So you kind of weigh up. I mean, it is blistering outside, and the snow is starting to pick up again. It's not a blizzard, but it is a flurry. And you kind of like weigh her outside. You're getting some very strange looks from the passing figures that are walking past you and are almost like steering clear. You know, like you know, if you're like in the street making a bit of noise and someone's like, oh, I don't want to talk to you, a bit weird. They give you a wide berth, but you kind of like step on and you kind of go, and you shuffle your back end on and you sit there, and it's like a very comfy armchair.
That's a good girl. Now, let's try and do some walking and some running, and let's see how fast you can go.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Saya, try and keep up.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and go for a gentle walk. Yeah, it starts going to like a cat-like jog, and then sort of a cat-like sprint.
Yeah, it's like you go around the kind of alleyways and just in and out of some of the buildings close to the Blue Clam, and you kind of walk is quite stoopy. It's like, I don't know if you've ever ridden a horse, but a horse walk is quite soft and easy to ride, whereas this is very like boop 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 boop. It's like you're swaying with the step, and then you go into this kind of fast-paced walk, and it's like a slow stride like this, and then you go to a run and you go whoa, but with your 18 you manage to grab onto the mane of this thing and grab onto some of the fur on the side, and you manage to stay up.
This is amazing. Jesus,
wondering-
Athena, you sure know how to run.
Sorry, go on.
No, go. Yeah, I said my bit. Go on.
I was wondering if, because of my 3rd level, I'm not going to reveal too much. Just for flavor stuff, would I be able to keep up with him because of this new thing I've got?
Do you want to paste the new thing for me so I can see?
No,
Is it on your character sheet?
It's not an ability or anything, but I was just wondering if I would be able to just keep up with him because of this order I have. You know, the new thing I have.
For reference, Ollie, if it helps you in any kind of way, Athena would be going at 40 feet. She's got a speed of 40 feet.
Oh,
So to give you a rough idea of speed of how fast
okay,
she's
no,
going.
then I wouldn't. Never mind. Because I was wondering with the new order I have with the kind of the thing with animals, I would want but no, there isn't anything like that.
No.
Fuck.
Good idea,
though. Oh, it would have been like a hint.
good idea, but no.
Damn. Okay, no, I can't catch up. I'm just like, fuck.
You kind of like try to. You're like, yes, I'm gonna. You kind of make a step, and then you made that awkward like slippy snow foot, and you go, and you kind of like, oh, okay, no.
Yeah. Alright. Go.
Okay, and then after that, I'm going to slow down, stop by Saya, and say, "Now that was good fun." Now, Saya, you said something about Vernon.
Yes. What were you guys talking about? You said you would tell me.
Yeah. Vernon, he's just in a spot above her. One of his friends went missing in all of the commotion, and I just said we'll keep an eye out as a group if we see anyone that matches this description, as I provide Saya with the description.
Okay. What do I roll for that? Intelligence.
Intelligence check. Yeah.
Okay. Let me get my sheet up. Where is intelligence?
Whilst I'm just sort of stroking and scratching Athena, whilst mounted.
21.
21. As you're saying this, Saya, make a perception check.
Ah! Perception. Fuck. I just went off it. There we go.
With a 15, you are trying to keep up with Athena, and then walking around, and then kind of like coming back and I'll go back to the Blue Clam. And then you start walking back, and you kind of like pull your hood down a bit, and you kind of see something in the distance. And it's like almost running directly towards you.
Can I tell what is it, like a human? Is it what is it?
So far it's 60 feet away from you.
Oh god. Okay.
It's 55 feet away from you. 50 feet away from you.
Okay, I'll put my hand. Oh fuck! I'll put
45
my
feet away from you.
hand on the hilt of my
40 feet away from you.
my rapier, just in case, just ready, not to draw it, but
30
ready.
feet away from you. It clearly is becoming more obvious what it is. You see the paws, you see the tuft of the hair, and you see the mangled mane and the long nose and the fangs, and you see that this is a very clear white wolf charging towards you. 25 feet away from you.
I'm ready myself.
Okay, so you're ready yourself, 20 feet away from you, but just
will
as it
do the
reaches the
same.
cusp of 20 feet, you see something more. It's got straps around it. It's got something harnessed around its waist, and it's tailing something behind, 10 feet away from you, 5 feet away from you, and it slides to a stop as you are in front of it. And
Okay.
it barks and yelps in your direction. Make a investigation check.
So, what's going on? Why is that thing barking at you?
I don't know. 1 second.
Okay, yeah, just on it. So with a 10, you kind of look behind and you kind of figure out and you think, oh, what's this harness? And you kind of look back and you've seen these before. And this is remnants of a sled that you assume was attached to the end of this wolf. But there's clear broken marks on the other end where it almost has been gnawed away. And this dog looks at you in complete anxiety that a dog would come up to you if it was lost, and starts barking up to you. Looks back at its leather straps that are broken.
Okay. Can I?
That's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Cliffhanger much?
God damn!
Oh.
Really hope you guys enjoyed tonight's session.
Hell yeah.
We'll be
Wow.
trying to put this up every other week or when we can. But if you click the subscribe button, you will get a notification. Apparently,
Bell, baby.
ring that
Hit
bell
that little bell.
Ring the
If you
bell.
click the subscribe
of when
button,
we-
you get an animal companion.
of when we next launch our sessions, which we'll obviously keep you up to date with. But we thank you very much for watching, and we shall see you soon.
The